Alrighty, welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a fantastic rest of their lovely Tuesday so far, and welcome, Mega Rapidash. I appreciate you as always. Without further ado, let's get right into our continuation of Sable's Grimoire, which apparently for no reason I should be playing this. But anyways, let's continue on. So for tonight's game, we'll be playing Sable's Grimoire, another text adventure game and whatnot, and we recap a couple of things. We're getting some dark sexual humor over here, so we're getting mine over here. But anyways, if you guys are watching this through YouTube or TikTok by any means, by any clips or highlights, please click the link in the bio / description, and you can come join us on Twitch, have some fun, make birds happen. I don't know. You want to kiss a bird? You want to kiss Suzaku? She loves she loves her breasts more than anything. You know what I'm trying to say? Anyways, much love to that. But anyways, so before we move on to anything, and Mega Rapidash, I know you're going to be all excited, since I know how you are. So, finally, Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, and Jeopardy, the games were on sale. And I took them. Finally got my hands on them. So, don't know. Some point, who knows? But be excited because it's there, and I'm not stupid, so you can test me on my dumb shit. But anyways, I grabbed a couple other games as well. I also got Sea of Stars and the Mercenaries game. Twin of the I think it's Twin of the Phoenixes or something like that. I can't recall the actual name of the game. But that's always fucking fun. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right to the game. Yeah, there we go. It'll be just reading along, and we could just comment along the way. So without further ado, let's get right to the game. There we need the volume. Birds! The birds. It's about the birds, damn it! Alright. After somehow managing to convince Tix to wait until after I've eaten breakfast, I head to the cafeteria and take a seat. By the way, the questions are updated, finally. So, I'll let you guys continue on. Without bothering to order anything, I just sit down, close my eyes, rest my forehead on the table. Why does this feel so good? I hate sleep, I really do, but my poor health needs rest. Charlotte helped me to wake up, but it wasn't enough to motivate me. Even I still feel like I'm going back to bed, not because I'm tired, but simply due to my own stubbornness. The promises which spewed out of my mouth so easily yesterday must now be fulfilled, thinking that I can't help but sigh. Sable, hey, it's Sable, buddy, you're actually here. Oh, just kill me now. My head starts to throb as the loud voice of my excitable friend Draken echoes through the cafeteria. Morning, Draken. Good morning, Sable. What brings you to the cafeteria so early in the morning? I'm usually the only one here at this time of day. Somehow, that doesn't surprise me. I would normally visit the cafeteria for another or two, but unfortunately, my schedule's been moved up this morning. Your schedule? Do you have something important planned? You could say that. Well, then you better start the day with a big meal. What are you getting? Have you placed your order yet? No, not yet. Right now, I just want to relax a little longer. You came to the cafeteria to relax? Well, whatever makes you happy. I'm gonna go order something. I'll be right back. With the usual gusto, I think it's gusto, Draken swoops in, celebrates my presence, and then disappears a moment later. How can she be so energetic at this hour of the morning is beyond me. Oh well, maybe your disposition is contagious. I wouldn't mind having some of Draken's excitement and energy rub off on me. Oh yeah, just like rub on my dick? Oh, that'd be great. And of all people I could have met there, I'm glad it was Draken. Not that I expect anyone else to be awake this early in the morning. I chuckle to myself and I say think how I'm glad I encountered Draken instead of Rai. I could just imagine her smug face after hearing I made up with Tix. When Rai finds out, she's definitely going to take credit for it and says it's all thanks to her lessons. Hey, now that's more like it. Show me a nice big smile. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking of something funny. Why would you apologize for that? There's nothing wrong with being happy. As much as I'd rather see you like this than half asleep. It's early, okay? I'm not used to being awake at this hour. Then why are you? I wanted to eat breakfast with my best buddy Draken. It's the perfect answer, by the way. I'll keep that in mind for next time. It's a bit long story, but the short answer is that my important plans involve someone who's far more excitable than I am. I mean, I would not mind plowing, but that's okay. But anyways, I hope you're having a fantastic rest of your lovely Tuesday, Mega Rapidash, you handsome man. Is this your way of inviting me along? Sorry, I didn't mean you, Draken. I'm talking about my roommate Tix, you know, the pixie in your class. Ah, the angry one. Didn't she disappear? You were asking about her before. I haven't seen her in class recently. Yeah, that's her. She vanished a little while, but she's back. Is she back for good? Maybe. I don't know yet, but it'll depend on how we go today. I'm going to be helping Tix with her studies outside of class while she decides whether to stay or not. If she's not that wishy-washy, she should just leave. Don't say that. She's a bit uncertain about her future is all. If my input helps her to figure out what she really wants to do, then I'll gladly help out. Even if it means waking up this time every morning. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I mean, again, I'd rather make a habit of waking up earlier than get dragged out of my bed by force. Waking up early once in a while is hard, but once you do it every day, it's no big deal. Well, if you do start coming here at this time of morning, I won't complain. Early to bed, early to rise. That's how the predator catches their prey. Am I the predator this scenario or the prey? A little bit of both by the sound of it. That'd be right. I wonder if it would be too late to convince Tix to wait till this evening instead. You're the one doing her a favor, right? I don't think that would be a problem. She might not see it that way. Still, I should at least try. I'm not going to be much help to her in this day anyway. You just need to wake up a little more, that's all. Why don't we go lap around for the courtyard? That always wakes me up. Jogging? Yeah, do I look like I jog? Jog? What are you talking about? Oh, right, you can't fly, can you? You're only realizing that? I could probably imagine levitation, but that's about it. Legitimate flying magic's too exhausting for someone at my level. Well, that works too. I'll fly around the corner while you run behind me. I won't hold you back. I'll make sure to give you a shot, okay? No, like I said. While waiting for Draken's order to be filled, the two of us sit down and talk about whatever comes to mind. It isn't how I plan to wake myself up, but talking to Draken certainly does help. Before I know it, I'm wide awake and ready for the day ahead. Training with Tix may be a bit much more for, yeah. Training with Tix might be a bit much for me in my current state, but as far as my first class of the day is concerned, I'll think I'll somehow manage. Yeah, great. You're gonna be teased all day long, and she's gonna like want your egg. She wants your semen. She wants your semen inside her. Much to Tix's chagrin, I once visit again incessant delay in the interval after all. I explained to her that I need time to prepare a proper lesson for her, and that anything I try to teach her will be improvised and sloppy. Tix isn't happy with my assertion, but as evidence that I might early start in the morning, she wants to begin as soon as possible. Nonetheless, I am eventually able to convince her to wait till classes are over for the day, granting myself a hard-earned yet momentary reprieve. Really, though, what am I going to teach her? I have some basic ideas what she can learn, but I don't know how to actually teach those things to her. Maybe I should ask someone else with their take on the matter. Yeah, let's ask Leash. Yeah, let's ask Leash. I don't even care. Yeah, that might work. If anyone knows about teaching methods suitable for a pixie, it'll be a venerable Victorian. All right, it's worth a try. Let's see Alicia has any bright ideas. I turned to Alicia, who was sitting a seat and a half away from me, and I shuffled closer. Morning, Alicia. Studying hard or hardly studying? Hardly what? It's a human saying. Don't pay it no mind. And I never do. Wow, is Alicia being harsh or just being honest? I know a lot of things I say and do seem too frivolous to her, but still. I try not to focus on Leisha's response. I skip further small talk and jump straight to the topic I want to raise. So, Leisha, for being both grades valedictorian and almighty elf, you surely must be an expert on pixies, right? Pixies, yes, I suppose so. I haven't had many deals with them personally, but I'm rather familiar with them. That's not surprising. If Tix said about being elves is too xenophobic to approach, then let alone breed with, it is true that they probably wouldn't have much to do with each other. And of course, there's also the fact that a pixie would have no interest in a female elf to begin with. That's fine. It doesn't need to be from personal experience. I was just hoping for more of a bit of information about them in general. I tried reading up about them, but the content was a bit vulgar. Something like that. Leisha is the basic girl when men talks to a woman. That sounds right. That sounds like my little thing that I talk to her and she's like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm like, damn. Something like that, yeah. Have you read some of those books yourself, Leisha? Not intentionally. I was just looking for information. Yeah, she's looking for that. She's looking at those fucking hentai nudes. Okay, she knows. She knows the extra hentai. She really wants to get clapped. She really does. You can tell by her face. But let's not get into the elephant topic. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong too. I think elf girls are hot. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind plowing them for 35 years. I don't really care. I don't care what Laura says, like, oh, they age slowly. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you tell me I'm gonna be 18 for like another 20 years and I gotta die as a human old man? Oh my god. And again, let's not go into that category, because here's the other problem. Not in touch. I was looking for information. I was most certainly not using the academy terminals for the purpose of reading too much smut. Relax, Leisha, I get it. I went through the same exact thing. Seriously, I was amazed how much of it was, like you said, smut. Indeed. Why are those books still available to the academy terminals? I never know. So you're looking for supplementary information on pixies? Yeah, I am, yes. What can you teach me? What kind of foolish question is that? Remember who you're talking to. I could teach you about everything about pixies. Oh, how the headable. I knew Leisha was the right choice. Alright, then. I'll make sure to ask you next time if I have any questions. Critics will answer. For the time being, I was wondering about their learning process. If I want to teach something to a pixie, is there a specific way I should go about teaching them? Do they respond better to practical lessons, or purely intellectual ones? Is there a difference between how breeders learn versus how warriors learn, or what sort of things should I keep in mind? Right. Breeders and warriors. You do know what I'm talking about, right? Of course I do. How can I not? Breeders and warriors, those who give birth and those who give fight, correct? Well, yeah, anyone can guess just from that wording. Yes, breeders and warriors. Well, you see, Pixies excels in two types of spells. I know, recovery and recovery magic and muscle reinforcement magic. Yes, that is correct. Outside of those two fields, Pixies are notoriously inadequate. Even basic combustion magic is too much for the most of them. Really? That's news to me. I heard that they stopped using other types of magic, but I didn't know it was because they actually are bad at it. Also, I watched my roommate Tix try to use combustion magic for Asian magic too. She must be fairly powerful for a pixie. I would wager that she's aiming to become a warrior. Apparently, she wants to become both a warrior and a breeder. Oh, that's unusual. Pixies aren't the only ones who divide themselves into distinct roles like that. It's not uncommon, especially for races who are preyed upon. And from what I observed, members of those races tend to choose one role and stick with it. They don't take on both roles. Ooh, what we got? All right, we got Jeopardy number 1. All right, let me see if we can get this guessed correctly. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to channel points. All right, Jeopardy 1. Where are you? Let me make sure TJ's Jeopardy 1. Ah, you are correct. Which candy members experience from being girly into girl flying rifles? You are correct, sir. Hell yeah, man. I guess you watched Kids Next Door when you were a kid. Damn, I love Kids Next Door. I've been trying to find DVD for it. I've been having a pain in the ass finding it. Honestly, that was a great TV show. I don't care what anyone says. All right, you won 20K. There you go. That was pulling from memories. Oh yeah, you're probably like, oh, okay. Actually, oh my god, hold on. Let me make sure I got my fucking resources correctly. Alright, let me say this, right? Actually, hold on. I'll give you another chance, Mega Rapidash. The answer is no, but number 5 was involved. It is not number 5. It's somebody else. I'll give you another chance, and you can, or else you'll lose it back. I looked, I'm like, wait, no, doesn't seem right. Number 5's the girl with the freaking Care Bears. Oh, shit, I didn't read that part. From what I observed, the members of those races tend to choose one role to stick with. They don't take on both duties, nor they'd swap back and forth. Huh, well, Tix did seem pretty intent on showing off to her family members and the other pixies in her village. She'll have a hard road ahead of her. In that case, pixies in particular, I suspect that their roles are divided thanks to in part to the time limit of the transformation. Time limit? What are you talking about? Their temporary growth, you know, from the size of your hand to that of a fully grown human. If you remember as a pixie, then I'm sure you must have witnessed this yourself. I know I get the transformation part, what I'm questioning is the time limit. Tix is often human-sized. I wasn't aware of any time limit associated with her transformation. Again, she must be quite powerful for a pixie. Which makes sense now I think about it. Most pixies live in fear of predators, only leave their homes to be quickly inseminated. For a pixie to come in an academy like this, where their natural predators are likely to show up, they would have to be strong, brave, or just plain stupid. You're right, I never thought of it like that. Tix might be actually be amazing. Is she, though? It doesn't sound like that way to me. Huh, what do you mean? Lisa shrugs her shoulders. If you ask me, your roommate isn't amazing. She's simply indecisive. Oh, okay. There's the flaw to my question, but you actually answered it correctly. Alright, I'll give you points. No, you got both questions. I mean, so the question I was asking is, how is she still alive even though she was supposed to be dead? That was the question. But you answered it already correctly. Mega Rapidash, let me know if you got another, your substitute answer for the first one. Or else I have to revoke your, lovely question back. I actually forgot about it. But yeah, the answer is you actually answered that question. In a society where you expect to take on one of two roles, why pursue both? They're not focusing to become good at one or the other. I believe the answer is that she isn't confident that she'll succeed in either one. She wants to have a plan to fall back. No. Nope. Alright. Okay, so you may not remember this, right? It was, it was a time machine, so... Actually, you know what? Nah, I'll give it to you, it's fine. Maybe I wasn't answering the question correctly, but you kind of actually destroyed my flaw, so that's okay. You can keep your points. You can keep it. What I was gonna say is it was number 4. The reason I say that, because none of the other K&D members with a gender gun. Yeah, I know, I remember that, but what I was thinking was, I was thinking number 4 because the other K&D members weren't really involved. It was more of just number 4. That's why I was saying that. I feel like he was more involved than everybody else. That doesn't sound right. Tix is strong. She could definitely be a warrior. Could she? Being strong isn't the same as possessing the will to fight. Leisha's words bring in mind Tix's revulsion towards the hunt. Even though she comes off aggressive at times, Tix hasn't given me any reason to think that she's violent. If anything, the disgust she showed the idea of demi-humans fighting one another made me think the opposite. Furthermore, Tix acts defensive at times, but she often tries to sound tough. Thinking about that a different way, those could be perceived as the actions of the weakling trying to bluff their way out of confrontation. You might be right about that. Maybe Tix isn't cut out to be a warrior after all. But what about breeding? That doesn't require any special skill. In fact, Tix made herself point declaring that she's quite fertile. Just what kind of questions have you been asking that girl? I didn't ask. She told me all she all on her own without prompts whatsoever. Aku. Yes! You are correct! Aku's the man. Hey, I will say this, right? Season 5 has been the fucking darkest fucking one out of all the seasons. Even though the first 4 seasons were all just cartoony, the last one was fucked up in so many ways. I cannot tell you. Right. In any case, you are correct. Being able to give birth is not something outright of the ordinary. However, you would do that well to remember for pixies, simply being able to reproduce is not enough. The children must be healthy, strong, and in greater number. If your roommate's birthed only one child, some of her children did not survive, she'll become a laughingstock. They make fun of her for losing a child? That's horrible. That's just how it works for pixies. To her kind, she would be considered useless for failing to rear children properly. Anime Jeopardy number 3. What was the answer number 3? I always forget sometimes. I'm not the best with memory. Anime Jeopardy number 3. Himeno, yeah, you are correct. Yes, that is correct. That was, I'm sorry to say this, but that was fucking disturbing, okay? I want to picture that fucking girl. Oh my god. That character had so much fucking disturbing shit. I cannot tell you. I don't think I want to get a... I don't think I ever want to, like, have sex with a chick like that, okay? Like, that's just a shitty way of losing your fucking virginity. Excuse me. I hate to say that fucking out loud, but seriously. Tier kind of beaks in... Yeah, I read that part. Wow, that's really harsh. I had no idea they were so cruel. That's how it is. There's no point in complaining about it. So, was that helpful? Did you have any more questions? Right. Tix's lessons. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I don't think that any of that would help me really teach her. No, I suppose you're right. No, think it over during class. If you come with any specific questions, let me know. Right. Alicia turns her focus to a physical terminal sitting in front of her. Honestly, I don't know how to spell it, but it's something like... Okay, hold on. If you're close, I'll give you credit, so hold on. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure I have... There we go. Hold on. Alright, I'm just looking for the name here. See, I don't like it doesn't really tell me anything. Oh, wait, I can do... Hold on. Hold on. Actually, I can do this. Hold on. On, we make sure. Alright, you are close. You were close. It's Flying Heavens Govern Sword Style. Flying Heaven Gourd Style. So I'll repeat it. It is Flying Heaven Govern Sword Style. So you're close, but the answer is no. Or if you want to be the actual terminology, it is Hiten Mitsugiri. So there you go. Leechitz returns to the focus of the physical tournament during the front of her as our teacher enters the classroom. Unfortunately, question time is now over. Class is about to begin. I still have no idea how to best teach Tix. For the time being, I guess I'll try to come up with some generic plan that anyone could follow. We can figure out what works for Tix, though, to try and error. For now, what's important is I decided the right material. Resolving myself thusly, I opened my terminal, ignored my teacher, and started jolting down some ideas. Wow, what a... As soon as lunchtime rolls around, I once again find myself in the library. This time, my goal's a little different. While Tix is still the reason for my visit, the nature will be researching is world apart from what I wound up reading last time. Oh, as soon as lunch... No more pixie porn for me. This time around, I'm sticking to purely factual information reading materials. Yeah, that's if you could fucking find it. So, damn. I opened the first book, a list of items, which is matched to search criteria. I've entered into my terminal. The subject of my research is not time of the pixie culture, but instead I'm reading upon spell creation. What is this garbage? Is this really the first thing people find when they want to research spell creation at this academy? Ugh, this is worthless. Even if this is aimed at beginners, just quickly losing faith in the first book, unless I move down to the second item. Soon enough, I move on to the third, fourth, fifth, and so on. Within half an hour, I exhausted the list of books on spell creation for beginners. I am left strangely disappointed. If these are the kind of materials on which students are learning, then I have no wonder there are so people who create new spells. Even if I told Tix to read some of these, it won't help her. Not in any meaningful way, at least. Maybe I should write my own book on the subject at some point. Putting that, though, aside for a moment, I entered a completely different search query. Rather than search materials on spell creation, I look for books about the different elements and how cast basic, well-known spells, variety and types. Basically, the kind of thing that we'll be doing in any class anyway. Screw it, I'll teach Tix about spell creation my own way. But before we get into that, she'll need to learn more about those types of magic, besides recovery and muscle reinforcement spells. Being able to use combustion, freezing magic is a good start, But what are the odds that her attempt failed due to her own lack of knowledge on how those spells actually work? Before we try creating anything new, I'm going to have Tix research and practice basic thoroughly. If she can do that, we'll be whipping up new spells together in no time, like whipping up Mega Rabadash's giant horn. Sorry about that, but you're a horny man. You're late. Where have you been all day? I've been looking for you everywhere for you. Before I entered to close the door behind me, Tix already rushed to my side and started chewing me out. With our last class of the day have finally come to an end, it is now time for Tix and I to get started. Sorry about that. I have to go back. If I go back sooner, I'll have to pick something up on the way here. Oh yeah, what's that? And is that something for our training? Rather than answer Tix verbally, I said place what I'm carrying on her desk. Wait, isn't that? Yep, a physical terminal. We could always head to the classroom, use one of the terminals there, or visit the library, use theirs, but I figured this will give us the most freedom. That being said, laying back my hands, this wasn't this easy. These portable units are apparently in short supply and reserved for students living far from home. I was able to borrow one after explaining my situation. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold on to it. Yeah, that's okay, that's great and all, but why do we need a physical terminal exactly? Because you don't know how to use the spell terminal yet, and you've got some serious studying to do. Studying? What are you talking about? I thought you were going to be teaching me. I will, but before that, you have some catching up to do. Tix, we've both been trying to create spells for a long time. And yet I, a human from a family of non-magi, succeeded, where you, a Pixies who has used magic since birth, failed. Do you know why that is? Because you're better at it? Well, yes, there is that possibility. Plus, there's a fact I could see ether, which makes destructing and analyzing spells much easier. But I didn't really get the chance to do that until I came to Andronia, so it's probably not a factor here. What's more likely to be relevant is the fact that I wasn't taught about magic by others. Much of what I know is now the result of my own research and experimentation. In a way, I succeed through sheer obsession and force of will. I'm sure there are a number of reasons why I succeed where you fail. Above else, it was believed it was due to my access to information. You were taught by other Pixies, right? Meaning you focused primarily on just 2 fields of magic. You were probably just even limited to learning specific spells which were already considered useful by your peers. Are those assumptions of mine correct? You're not wrong. But I know a little bit of the other types of magic, but pretty much everything else was taught to me by my mother. And that is why you failed. It may sound arrogant to me to say this, but I believe the reason why I excel at creating new spells is because I wasn't taught about magic. I was forced to search for information on my own, and to learn what did and didn't work through trial and error. It was a long and arduous process. It took me a long time to even get to the basics right, certainly much longer than it must have taken you. But because of that, I learned how to build spells from the ground up, instead of emulating others. Like, I learned how magic actually works. I don't mean to be rude, but how does that help me exactly? It's a little bit late for me to learn everything from scratch. True, my process won't work for you, but you can't learn all the same way I did. But you can do the opposite. Expand your knowledge upon recovery, muscle reinforced magic. You can learn about the differences between them and how they all function. Work backwards. Instead of building new spells from scratch, take existing spells and reverse engineer them. Will that really work? I think it will. At the very least, it's worth a shot. And to that end, I turn on the physical terminal sitting on Tix's desk. And I search the Academy's library, pick a few books that Tix to start with. You're going to start all over again, right from the basics of the basics. Combustion magic, freezing magic, hell, even recovery muscle reinforced magic. You're going to study all as you were learning magic for the first time. That sounds boring. Will that really help? I already tried reading up on different kinds of magic when I first came. It didn't make any progress. Did you really think that leafing through 1 or 2 books would make you an expert? Don't be naive. If it were that easy, everyone would do it. You need to hit the books day and night. Devote yourself completely to your studies. If you could do that, you'll make a breakthrough for sure. Study day and night. Yeah, Roy, you just won't teach me yourself. I will teach you, not until you've put in the effort yourself. My role is to teach you about the spell of creation. This background knowledge requires for my lesson to make sense of something you'll need to gather for yourself. For someone like Tix who was taught by her parent rather than an institution, these concepts probably seem relatively foreign. The notion of building up knowledge on your own makes a lot of sense when you have easy access to study materials. After all, from the sound of it, Tix grew up with no such luxury. Even so, she wants to break through the current impasse that Tix is going to need to step outside of her comfort zone. Tix can't rely on her mother here, so she's going to have any hope of pursuing her interests. She needs to start making changes to the way she approaches on her education. I realize that it may not be the quickest, easiest path, or even the best one. Nonetheless, as Tix's teacher, it is the path I have chosen for her. Aw, you're just trying to help her, but she's just being fucking stubborn. Alright, let's give Rapidash some credit. Why not? I'll give him partially credit. I gave you half the points. That's okay, though. I know that sounds like hard work, but it is, but I wouldn't suggest this course of action if I didn't think it was the best way for us to proceed. Besides, it's not like I'm going anywhere. Even if you're studying on your own, I'll be here in case you need me. Fine, I guess I'll give it a try. Good, now enough talk. Time to get started. Open your first book on the list and start reading. Ugh, this is so lame. This had better pay off big time. Mouth closed, book open. Is your first warning, young lady? Yeah, whatever you say, teacher. Oh god, here we go. Time's gonna fly by. Beginning of the basics quickly resolved to be unpopular choice with Tix. As someone who has not dabbled in spell creation in the past, but also learned to use a fairly fair potent spells, Tix feels she's too good at revisiting the basics. Her motivation plummets. All the enthusiasm she shows towards spells creation dampened by the boring, menial research assignments I have doing her instead. For a while, it seems like she might be simply give up return home after all, before I can happily move on to the next stage, her training. What Tix has learned is to put to practical use, and she is told to wield magic outside her specialties and instructed on her proper execution. I teach about the variety of spells out there which she is yet to master. We practice the art by balancing ether usage and molding existing spells in unorthodox ways. We're yet to actually touch upon creation of brand new spells, and with these foundations in place, the likelihood Tix succeeding where she once fails grows stronger every day. Focus more on the freezing magic. You're letting the balances shift too far again. Yes, instructor. No, you're letting the combustion run wild. Get those flames under control before you burn this academy to the ground. I understand. I shout commands at Tix as she struggles to maintain two spells of the opposing elements simultaneously. Tipped off by her attempted combination of combustion and freezing magic, as well as her inability to shrink and intangible their clothing, I realize that Tix lacks the technique required to maintain two spells independently. For most mages, it isn't a problem, but there's rarely a need for anyone to do such a thing anyway. But for Tix, who wishes to combine spells of variety and types, improving her control through repeated practice is a paramount to her success. That is the theory behind today's practical lesson. I can't any longer. I think it's my limit. Don't give up. Keep scoring. You keep going. You're doing great. No, I can't. Oh my god. Drill instructor. Whip that greenhorn pixie into shape. I'm out. Without giving me a chance to encourage her further, Tix spells both in premature. She vanishes to thin air. Or at least that's how it must be on lookers in reality. I'm done for this morning. I might save. I'm going to go back to my room and shower. Alright, I understand. Good work today. You're under rest. When it takes low on energy, her body reverts back to a natural size, and when she reaches that point, the lessons follow officially over. At that stage, Tix grabs her clothes, flies back to our room, and signaling at the end of the time together. If our lessons are spell creators go as smoothly as the rest of them have been, Tix is going to be creating spells on her own in no time. She's talented, powerful, motivated. Her lack of stamina is less than ideal, but otherwise, she's a natural at this. If I'm not careful, she might wind up surpassing me before the semester is over. Pleased by Tix's progress, I begin to take my leave. It's still early in the morning, but unfortunately I can't afford to take my time. Now training's over, I need to prepare for class. Our timetable's strict, so I don't just mean for Tix, but even though I'm not the one going to go training, our daily routine leaves me with little time to myself. It's a rewarding venture, I will admit it. It is exhausting, but it also feels odd to be teaching someone else, given that I came Androni as a student. At this time, I can only hope that our training pays off and that Tix is able to return home one day with her head held high. Yeah, we're just helping her out, because why not, you know what I mean? Even though she tries to, wants to breed with a man. I don't know if that's even a good idea. Oh my god. I showed up to my first class today without an ounce of energy to spare. Shouting commands and watching flames dance helped me stay awake for a while, but now that the excitement has died down, I struggle to keep my eyes open. I'm glad that Tix is improving, but man, these early mornings are going to be the death of me. Maybe I shouldn't insist that we only train in the evenings from now on. Mornings are convenient, and since there's nobody around, but nights are much easier. While I'm yawning and rubbing my eyes out, one of my classmates walks over to my side. Ah, my dear Sleeping Beauty, struggling to stay awake once more, are we? Do you need a shoulder rub, an energizing hug, a kiss on the cheek, perhaps? Yeah, there's a kiss from Prince Charming is what you need in order to break free of your slumber. I lift my head off my desk, find Hel standing beside me, just a bit too close for comfort. Good morning to you, too, Hel. As for your offer, thank you, but I'll decline. Actually, can Hel even kiss anyone without a mouth? That seems kind of unfeasible. For that matter, how does she eat without a nose either? How does how does she breathe? I better not say anything. Asking how she kissed someone despite not having a mouth, which is asking for trouble. Please, my apologies. I was being presumptuous. What need do you have of my affection when your body's already being ravaged one day and night by your roommate? Even though you're right, I do wish you phrased that a little bit differently. We're studying and training, that's it. Now, there's no need to be shy. You can be honest with me. A pixie and human male sleep in the same room, spending all their free time together. It's obvious what you two have been doing. I'm so envious. You're always with her, always talking about her, and spending every single night with her. What's this feeling, my beloved, is being taken away? I feel so enthralled. Is this what it takes to be cocoodled? Or no, to be NTR'd? Hell, please calm down. Whatever you're imagining, you're wrong. Tix and I don't have that type of relationship. Are you telling me that you share the same with the pixie and you haven't impregnated her? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Are you an impotent? Of course not. At least I'm not as far as I'm aware. Then what is the problem? Why are you holding back? I see no reason to... No, wait, hold on a sec. I think I understand now. You do? Yes, it must be it. You wait until the end of the semester so you can return home with her, at which point you disseminate her entire village. Ah, Save, you always think big, don't you? Truly, you never cease to amaze me. That should be my line. How do you even come up with this stuff? I mean, is that really strange for a pixie and a human to share a room and not mate with another? No, not if the human is female. Wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. Yes, Sable is a unisex name, and no, I am not a female. Tiggs asked me to inseminate her. I refused. End of story. How boring. Yeah, well, my life isn't lived for your amusement. Well, don't pout. There's nothing wrong with saving valuable research for those who you deem worthy. That being said, it does regenerate. It's not like you'll run out. Perhaps you ought to stop being so stingy, Hell, you're starting to make me feel uncomfortable. Now, you don't feel uncomfortable around me. In fact, you ought to be more open. Share everything with me. No. I don't want to share anything with you. Every encounter, every sort of detail, every notch of your bedpost. Hell, please stop. Everyone's staring. Well, if you want me to stop, I shall take my leave for now. After all, the last thing I want you to feel stressed out and become unable to perform. Oh, God. You mean perform sex? I breathe a sigh of relief as Hell relieves by my side and returns to her seat. Even Tix has to agree the topic of breeding of arrest. It seems like misunderstanding like this are bound to occur. Breeding. Is that all everyone thinks about? I mean, yeah. I mean, look at society today. Everybody's doing the hookup culture. Everybody's banging each other's assholes. Everybody's being fucking ghosted. Even dudes themselves. And nobody thinks about anything. But anyways, that's society. Okay? It's sad, but welcome to society's world. What about my ass? I said dudes getting fucked in the ass. Everybody's getting upset. Dudes are depressed as fuck. Your ass. Those ass cheeks are clapping though, for damn sure. Okay, I get it. The imperative for pixies is a huge part of their culture, and their views around breeding are pretty liberal. But why is it everyone seems Tix and I together and concludes that we have that kind of relationship? Tix has to give it a rest, so why can't they? Can a pixie not have friends? All their relationships, others had to be involved in one-night stands, emotionless, loveless flings? What is this? I want to know what's going on. Is the human race like pixies? We're just going to keep having sex? Every relationship we have, we just want to have sex with each other? The fuck? I legit took my headphones off for a moment, and when I put them back, he was getting fucked in the ass. I didn't hear the rest of it. Literally, this is... I'm sorry, but this is true. This entire fucking sentence alone is pretty much fucking society, but as human beings instead, and we're just doing the whole bullshit hookup crap. You know, you got cool dudes like me who's probably gonna be depressed the rest of his life with no chicks. I don't even care. Then you got freaking, you know, lovely lesbians and gay people not getting fucking ghosted all the time because they want fucking sex and nothing else, which is kind of fucking sad, of course. But it's welcome to the fucking world. But anyways, we're not here to rant about that. I've just seen these sentences and it just makes me think of it in my brain. Like, oh, okay. I shake my head and focus my gaze around towards the front of the classroom. Forget it. It doesn't really matter what they think. Even if everyone keeps pushing on takes us towards procreating, I'll remind her that the choice is ultimately hers. Whatever decision she makes in the end, I will support her. Exactly. That's what we got to do as human beings. Support people's decisions that they want to do and let them learn the consequences of life. In spite of tiring my start of the day, my first two classes ultimately leave me feeling more alert and then awake when I first got up. I have nothing to show for my attendance, other than a few extra sleep cycles to time me over, but at least now I'm wide awake and ready to learn. Well, better late than never, and of course the course content in this stage is very easy enough for me to catch up with anyways. I'll just work twice as hard during my next 2 classes to make up for what I missed. Think about it, I better get up from my seat and walk over to the doorway. I woke up just in time for our break between 2nd and 3rd period, so there's little reason for me to remain seated. For a moment I exit the classroom, I think about doing something productive with my break. However, I realize I haven't left the room escorted. Finally awake, are you? It's about time, the day is half over already. Having followed me into the hallway, Alicia comments from the beside me. While she's generally happy to keep it to herself, it seems like Alicia did notice me dozing off beside her. For her to follow me out of the classroom, I designate when I must have been disturbing her more than I realized. Sorry about that. I wasn't snoring or anything, was I? If you were, I would have woken you up myself. What's gotten you lately? Is your training with the pixie girl really that tiresome? No, I'm just not used to it yet. I'll adapt over time, assuming you don't flunk out first. It's admirable you're willing to go as far as for your roommate, but you should not keep putting yourself out like this. Let the teachers here do their job. That girl was not your responsibility. Takes us learn from them too, but you and I both know that the lessons aren't exactly challenging. Takes is seriously motivated right now. I hate killing her enthusiasm by telling her to go off the same pace as my classmates. It is not your job to keep her motivated. If she cannot move forward on her own, that is her problem, not yours. That's true, but it's not like I'm doing this for her sake. I'm kind of enjoying instructing, you know? It's tiring, but it's also a rewarding experience. And once we get the actual spell creation, I'll have finally someone to practice experiment with, and so in a way, it's an investment in my own future. If that's how you see your time together, there's no wonder you're being taken advantage of. Still, if your goal is here to have someone with whom to practice, then it's not like it's the pixies your only option. Alicia, are you offering to... I'm just saying that trying to teach a fool is a waste of time. Your efforts would be better spent with someone on a level closer to your own. Oh, what are you suggesting? Are you suggesting I should teach you the bedroom rules? Do you want to get banged up? Do you want me to plow down the semen? I'm a terrible human being, but that's okay. You're being too harsh, Risa. Tix isn't a fool. In fact, her grades are better than mine, so is her talent for magic. Hey, why does she need your help if she's so capable? Why did she not take the initiative to advance on her own? She will, she just needs someone to guide her first. All Tix needs was direction, and as she has it, she'll be fine. Even if she's been pointing in the right direction, that doesn't mean she'll succeed. Spell creation is to focus on your training, is it not? Are the spells she created so far any good? Well, I think back over some of the spells that had Tix map out for me. Old ideas dating back to a time long before she came to Andronia, practical spells thought up in her village as she tried to address the real problems that they're facing. Unlike the majority of the spells I created, all of Tix's attempts were based on actual needs when she see a problem and come up with a solution and try to make that solution to a spell. Unfortunately, without the breadth of knowledge required to back her enthusiasm and make those spells into reality, she dreams big. You mean that her spells are unrealistic? Exactly. All it takes to spell are too grandiose, and they're on unnecessarily large scale, and they're all needlessly complicated. Combining opposing elements was just a start. Her work is riddled with misconception of how magic works, and how much ether she can realistically control. Knowing her circumstances, it's clear that she was trying too hard in order to show off to her family. I think as much. You people ought to know your limits. Well, excuse me, Little Miss Perfect. I almost forgot that the elves are flawless and can do anything to set their minds to. You jest, yet you speak the truth. Whatever that girl's following to do, I am certainly I would prevail. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you would succeed where she has failed. Even though, so what? This isn't competition. Just because you might be better at it, or doesn't mean that Tix should stop. She may not be good at what she's doing right now, but at least she's trying. Not I expect an elf to know what it's like to be the underdog. Sable, calm down. There's no need for you to get so defensive. I do not intend to antagonize you. I am just simply stating the truth. Let me ask you a question. If you're excelling at everything, does that mean you're an expert on getting fucked in the ass? Can I know that question? Or am I an asshole for thinking that way? If you're excelling every single subject, you must know how to get fucked in the ass. Just saying. She's like, I never... The power bottom. Is she the expert of power bottom? That's my question. Knowing your limits is important, all the more when doing something outside of your comfort zone. Okay, Alicia, you probably have some fucking toys somewhere, okay? We don't need to fucking know that. Daddy is gonna be very angry with you, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. Need I remind you what happened last time you pushed yourself too hard and using one of your original spells? Ugh, the meaning of Alicia's words suddenly pours down on me, and she doesn't say the Tix should give up. She's even cautiously against encouraging Tix to pursue unrealistic expressions she's been dreaming up. In a way, her advice is similar to what I give Tix in the past. Now I see why Tix reacts so poorly to my advice, which I agree with Leisha, but yeah, I still flinch at her words. I'm not even the target of her caution. For someone who, like Tix, who put herself in a vulnerable position, asked for help, it's clear for me that why she reacted the way she did. You say that she dreams too big, and she's far more talented than you are, but her ideas have all failed to materialize. That is a dangerous combination. A powerful being aiming high in the field, which they are not suited, could be easily spelled disaster. And this pixie, you're someone stronger than you without a history of successfully creating new spells, would attempt to make a spell like you just done your first day in Mandronia. I know, I understand what you're saying, but if Tix made the same mistake I did, the aftermath would be on a completely different level. The thought of that Tix might make a mistake and hurt other people has crossed my mind, but it's in fact one of the reasons why I'm guiding her. I figure that if Tix is going to be dabble in an unfamiliar field like this, then it's safer to do so under the supervision of someone else. Even if I'm guiding her, the fact remains I can't be with her all the time, nor I could stop her from one of her spells running amok. In spite of the precaution we're taking, danger still remains. I know you don't want to hear this, but sometimes it's best to know when to give up. And it may seem disheartening for a mage to limit himself. There is often a good reason why they have chosen to do so. I'd say this is one of those cases. Even if I did think that Tix can tone things down, getting her to do so might not be so simple. She's really motivated right now, and I don't see her giving up so easily. It sounds like you've gotten yourself into a precarious situation. If you leave her alone, she might make a similar mistake to the one you did. If you stay by yourself, you run yourself ragged. Whatever you choose to do, bear in mind you are ultimately not responsible for her education. Once she returns home, she'll likely discard what you have taught her anyway. Much as I like to think what I'm teaching Tix will stay with her, I am aware that it might not turn things out that way. If Tix is very strong enough to be a warrior, yet she does not fight, and would thus not use what she learned in combat. If she becomes a breeder, she'll have no use to using this knowledge. All that Tix will need is her mother. What her mother already taught her. Unless she breaks the mold that her predecessors have set for her, Tix will likely to give up on this pursuit of hers the moment she returns home and resign herself to the life of a normal pixie. That is a depressing thought. I hate for all the time and effort to go to waste. Even so, I'm not going to give up on her just because she might not want to put what I teach her to good use. As long as she wants to learn, I will continue to teach her. So be it. Just be mindful you didn't get carried away. After all, her is the only education you should be worried about. Yeah, I know. Another class comes to an end, meaning that lunchtime is now upon us at last. Unlike the other students in my class, however, I'm not overjoyed by this lengthy break. Rather, in my case, lunch can no longer be considered a break at all. Tix and I, lunchtime has been transformed yet to another training session. Ha, lunchtime already, huh? Man, I can't believe this day and a half already. Where did time go? Trouble my early conversation with Leisha, I struck right past the cafeteria and head down to the courtyard with heavy feet. Without even eating first, Tix and I have been heading down to the courtyard to practice, onto the library to study every day during lunch break. I didn't think this much imposition at first, but now Leisha's got me questioning arrangement. I can't think of it as being unhealthy. Training morning, noon, and night sounds like a show of commitment. Anyone who hear our arrangement would probably think that our devotion's a good thing, but in reality, maybe it isn't. I've been struggling to keep my eyes open during class. All my free time has gone towards either training Tixie or come up with lesson plans for her. I've been skipping meals, sleeping less. I've been focusing solely on her training. Without realizing, I slipped back into old habits. I allowed my obsession to manifest once more. I came to enjoying to order break free of that lifestyle, but now I've unwittingly started heading down that very path I was trying to escape. While reminiscing over my predicament, I approached Tix, who was waiting in the usual spot. About time, guy. Are we starting or not? You don't have that much time for the other students to finish eating and start crowding again. Tix, having recovered her strength during class, is now a human size once again. Like always, she's always be pumped up, ready to go. Unfortunately, her instructor does not feel the same way. Sorry, Tix, I've been thinking of something. What is it? Oh, did you come up with some new exercise for me to do? No, it's nothing like that. What I've been thinking is about your future. What, my future? You mean like what kind of spells I want to create? Kind of, but not necessary. Tix, let me ask you a question. What do you see yourself doing with all this knowledge? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to create new spells and show up back home, like I told you. Show off how? You said yourself you want to become a warrior, but yet you opposed to the hunt. And I've never seen or heard you fighting anyone or anything before. Will you actually put what you learned to practical use? Oh my god, right? Opposed to the hunt. I never seen any... There we go. Will you actually... Will you actually put what you learned to practical use? Will you both become a warrior and a breeder, like you said? See, let me stop you right there. You seem to be understanding something pretty fundamental here. Yes, I hate the hunt, and it doesn't mean that doesn't mean I'm not prepared to fight. Pixies don't pick fights like hunters do. We fight in order to protect ourselves. The spells I learn here will help me to defend myself, and to safeguard all the other people in my village. That's a fair point. Will they really help you, though? You already learned enough to fight better than other pixies. You just don't need to create your own spells on top of that. So what? Just because I don't need them doesn't mean I don't have a use for them. Besides, combat is the only thing magic's good for, you know. Even if I don't use my own spells in combat, I can still find a use for them. I agree with everything you're saying, I really do, but is that okay? If protecting yourself and the others is a priority for you, wouldn't it be better off learning magic, but that's more practical in nature? It may sound strange for me, of all people, to be saying this, but creating your own spell, isn't that all that helpful? The spells you learn inside a classroom from your fellow pixies are proven reliable and overall useful spells. With requirements such as basic as yours, it'll be more efficient for you to practice those kind of spells rather than try to make your own. Look, I know I'm not going to make any groundbreaking, okay? You need to temper my expectations like this. Making practical spells is my goal, but I still be perfectly fine making useless spells. But above all else, it's the point that I'll be able to make them. Has anybody started making spells, Sable? I thought your reason was similar to mine. I scratched my head and laid on my side of resignation. When Tix makes an argument like that, how am I supposed to turn her down? We may not see eye to eye when it comes to other matters, but as far as a mutual interest spell creation is concerned, Tix and I apparently have more in common than I ever would have guessed. Alright, I'm satisfied. Enough talking, let's get started. Finally, I'm ready when you are, instructor. Without further ado, Tix and I get started on midday training. I leave behind my lingering concerns, but I have our arrangement and decide focusing on the task at hand. If this arrangement proves to be too detrimental for either one of us, we'll do something else. We'll discuss possible solutions, come to an agreement how to proceed. Until then, we've continued to, as we always been, accomplish as much as we can until we have the time together. Once my final class days have come to an end, I visit Criteria briefly before making my way back to the bedroom. Even after skipping lunch, only eat a light breakfast, I still can't force myself to eat a proper meal. Despite my early optimism regarding Tix's training, this is one aspect of my routines that definitely I need to address. Alicia was right. I do really need to stop spending so much time worrying about Tix's education. As happy as I am to help Tix, I know that I can't afford to keep living like this. You can only go without food and sleep for so long when it catches up with you. The problem is clear, but the perfect solution eludes me. The idea swirling around my head all involve letting Tix down, varying only in degree which she would only be disappointed. The easiest solution would probably be going to shift things around a little bit. Maybe Tix could study by herself in the morning and at lunch, and then we practice together at night. She may not be happy about the restructured timetable, but Alicia said I can't afford to keep putting her wants ahead of my needs. I'll have to talk with Tix about this before we start tonight's training. And like lunch, this time around won't be swayed by enthusiasm. I reach my room and authenticate myself, and then place my hand on the door and I begin to enter the room. The moment the door creaks open, however, a loud voice gives me a reason to pause. I told you I'm not ready yet. That's not what you said a few weeks ago when you begged me to let you come home. Things were different then. I was just being imposed. I made up my mind now, alright? Oh, have you know? How long has it been you have yet another change of heart? I stand at the door, I'm moving, and I was thinking about whether I ought to enter or not. It's clear that Tix having a private conversation with someone, and as her roommate, it's a polite thing to do for me to give her some time to return later. On the other hand, it's not as though my presence is unexpected. Tix should have known I'd be here around this time, and she's even waiting for me to intervene. In that case, waiting on the hallway isn't an option. I should enter the room and properly give her Tix her privacy. Ah, screw it. If Tix wants me to leave, she could tell me that herself. Sorry and true, but dear roommate, but I push open the door and enter without further hesitation. Then when I do, what awaits me is conflict. You told me you would just return long enough to grab your belongings and quickly seduce someone, then you come home. Walk away! Walk away! What happened? Your seduction didn't fail, did it? Of course not. There's no way any of the men here could resist me. Then what's the delay? You aren't entertaining some ridiculous notion to become a warrior, are you? It's not ridiculous. I'm strong, Mom. I know I am. Laying down on the bed is Tix, who has a physical term we borrowed from promptly in front of her. Displaying on the terminals is Tix's mother. She seemed to be keeping her composure better than Tix is, but even then, she's clearly unhappy. Oh, for goodness sake, honey, I sent you that academy so you can learn more about magic, just like you wanted. Perhaps you find a mate at the same time. But what you reported me about Androni is true, then I take it all back. Don't waste your time attending an academy with hopeless teachers and a pitiable selection of breeding partners. Transfer somewhere else, attend a human school, and go wild. I don't want to. I'm enjoying myself here. You weren't the last time we spoke, and hell, you didn't want to go in Androni Academy in the first place. I just haven't given this academy a chance. I wanted to stay home, so I was anxious of being here. Teachers here aren't that bad, okay? I wasn't applying myself, that's all. You really can't make up your mind, can you? First, you don't want to go, then you don't want to return. You beg me to let you come back, and when I give you the okay, you change your mind again. How many times are we going to go through this? My patience isn't without limits, you know. I know I've been a little decisive until now, but that's all in the past. I made up my mind, and I won't be wish-washy in the future. I wish I could believe that, honey. I really do. Even if I could, I still worry about this recent phase of yours. Phase? What phase? What are you talking about? I'm referring to your desire to learn offensive spells. Honestly, why do you intend on improving your combat capabilities of all of a sudden? I was happy for you to learn about magic, but not for that purpose. We have enough warriors already. You don't need to learn anything more to that effect. It's not like I'm suddenly interested in fighting, Mom. Combat magic is one of the things I'm learning. I can do all kinds of things I couldn't do before I left. You'll be totally amazed when you see what I'm capable of. Then come home and show me. Oh, fucking Christ. Come on! Holy fuck, man. What the fuck did I just walk into? Let her go. Let her go? All right, man. Let's let her go. This looks like drama to me, man. This looks like drama. Fine, then I'll come home and show you I haven't done wasting my fucking time. Good, I'll look and see what you're capable of. Taste mother disappears in sight as the end of the coil disconnects. Latrice punches the bed a few times and then turns to a turn and flies towards her belongings. Just before we pull something out of her backpack, 6 seconds to surprise. Oh, Sable, how long have you been standing there? I'm sorry, I just sung to the tune Frozen's Let It Go. I just returned a minute ago. I didn't mean to eavesdrop or anything. Eavesdrop, then what you heard my mother were talking about. Some of it. Simply she doesn't improve your intellectual pursuit. Yeah, you could say that again. Mom was okay with me coming in order to learn about magic, but she doesn't seem like the idea of me learning magic geared towards combat. But she's also not thrilled that I've been saying about bad things about this place, and I kept asking her if I could come back home. Now she wants to make up my mind, either come home or transfer to a different academy. I might be missing something here, but isn't that a good thing? If you've been asking her to let you go home, now she's telling you to just do that. Why don't you be happy about it? Just because I felt that way for her doesn't mean I want to return early. I've been learning a lot since we started practicing together. I'm not going to give up without a fight. Then what are you going to do? Will you go home and show your mother what you've been learning just like you said? Yep, that's the plan. I prefer to show her to the terminal, but I don't speak with her face to face. I'm going to let her get through her thick skull. But don't worry, I'll be back soon enough. When she needs what I can do now, she'll have a change of heart. And when I return, you and I will pick up where we left off. All right, I guess I'll be waiting for your return. Give her hell, Tix, and when you're done, you know where to find me. Will do. I'll try not to keep you waiting for too long, instructor. But first, I see what we'll do for this evening's training. I'll head over first thing in the morning so that we fit as much as we can tonight, okay? All right, one extra harsh training session coming right up. Yay! We gotta let her go. We gotta let her leave. Just like before, it takes disappears her Androni without fair notice, and she does not inform her teachers, her classmates, or principal. She does not go through any kind of formal process to request, or at least give her notice to departure. Simply vanishes again, leaving everyone to wonder where she's gone and why. That is, everyone that is, except me. This time around, I've been forewarned. Tix tells me why she's going. She neglects to mention how long she'll be likely to be absent. Otherwise, I have all the information I need to order to keep at ease. But with that being the case, I do not fret. I do not lay awake at night wondering what happened to her, but she'll be coming back. Tix has assured me that she'll be returning after a talk with her mother, and as for me, that's going to be enough. For the first week, I believe that Tix will return. She was absent for 1 week long last time. That makes sense that she would take that long time to be around as well. Then 1 week turns to 2, and my optimism quickly wanes. Tix's mother will be harder to convince than Tix let me believe. Tix is going to come back, tell myself, but at first she must overcome one particularly big hurdle. Weeks turn to months, and with the passage of time, my faith gradually runs dry. Tix isn't coming back, not Andromeda, not to me. We'll be able to have any more training sessions together. I'll never again be woken by moments of a sun has arisen. Jump out of my skin as a tiny naked body floors toward my face. Tix is gone for good. I'm never going to see her again. The only question is, why has she only kept to fail her promise? Tix's mother did convince her to stay. Did the incident occur while Tix was visiting her home? Was she restrained to her will? Many possibilities swirl around my head, but whatever the reason may be, it does not change the reality of the situation. Tix is gone for good this time. Whatever path she walks down, that will be the breeder, a warrior, or something of her own creation. She has ultimately moved on with her life. Now it's time for me to do the same. We gone our separate ways! Yay! Bye, Pixie. Ending 15 out of 16. That is a interesting ending. You can finally not wear pants in the dorm room and not have to be worried about getting touched, by her breasts. Alright. Let's boot up another one. Say fuck it. Alright, can we get out of this? Can we get out of this credits now? I know we're not done with the game, but I can just go move on to something else. I'll read new dialogue, but I'm not going to do anything else. All right, can we like move on? Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing with my butthole. I didn't think we'll finish in a fucking hour, but okay, I guess I'm not going to be complaining. All right, start a new game? What? Hold on, that doesn't make any sense. Oops. Nope, 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 nope. No! No! No, 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 no. Start a new game. All right, I gotta like... Oh, we can't. Okay, that's dumb. You can't skip the dialogue. That's lame. That'll be like one of those games you can take the route you want to take and then you just leave. Oh, we can see different endings. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, let's do this. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. I want to see if my theory's correct. Hold on. Let's, can we skip? All right, can we skip all this, please? See, I don't like it doesn't not let me skip anything. That is actually really fucking aggravating. God damn. So it's not letting me do anything. It's telling me to go suck a dick. It's great. See, it's telling me I have a choice, and I can pick these two choices out of this, and I don't have a problem with it. Well, don't have to ask me twice. All right, you know what? Let's do this. I'll skip as much dialogue as I can, but we'll get to, like, the choice part, and that should be fine. All right. Oh, wait, it doesn't let me skip after that. That's lame. Yeah, I remember this from the 2-3 streams ago. We're talking about shrinking clothes. And by the way, we're not shrinking my clothes because I have a wiener, okay? I have a semi-decent big penis. We don't play this game. Okay, can we, like... See, I don't like that it does not... See, I don't... It's fine, we'll do this. Why is it... See, I don't understand it. It does not let me skip anything. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. I have an idea. No, I saved over that. Wow. What a moron. History? No. I am an idiot. Wow. I actually did something stupid. I suck at life. I fucked up, didn't I? I really fucked up this time, didn't I? Yes, I did! Yay! I love myself every day. It's fine, it's fine. See, I don't really... See, I thought it'd be like one of those games that you can... When you start a whole new game, you still have the old dialogue, and you could just skip it all and until you get to the choices, and you just pick the choice, and then it's all new stuff. But damn, I didn't think I was gonna finish this in a fucking hour, but okay. Hey, Cody, thank you for the fucking lark, you handsome man. Hope you have an awesome rest of your stream, of course. You handsome motherfucker. Like, goddamn. Alright. Let me see if, hold on. Yeah, we have all... See, we have all of this. See, I don't understand. Oh, it's not letting me do anything else. That's lame. I have to, like, actually literally do this entire dialogue again. So once again, here's my question to this game developer. Why can't I just load the game and just skip all this and then get to the choices? so I can actually see what happens after I get cried in the corner and go to the fucking Shadow Realm and possibly get destroyed. How does this work? I want to know how this game works. All right, let's do this. Let's put me in the game chat, because looking at this is kind of like driving me insane, honestly. Now I have to like literally go through all this dialogue for no reason. Just to get to the other ending and see what happens. We just keep her around. We'll see what happens when we just really like go at it all day long. Be like, all right, thrust, thrust, thrust. I'm like, ah! All right, I am just... All right, see, now, all right, so I mentioned before, we have now Jeopardy, Family Feud, and Wheel of Fortune now on PlayStation. So, I was thinking about this for a little while. I don't know if anybody's seen some creators. They actually play a lot of... I've seen a couple do Jeopardy on stream, on their TikTok live, and people just play and whatnot, I guess. But my question, well, now here's my middle of the question is, we could play it on here, of course, but there'll have to be a multi-activial thing. All right, I hate that I can't skip any of this dialogue. It doesn't even give me the option. It's like it's a loading state. I love how I'm just spamming buttons. You could just see me just playing the fighting game. Like, I am pressing buttons. Let me press buttons, please. I love myself every 20 minutes. I swear. You guys can kill me if you want. It doesn't really matter. All right. I mean, seriously. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to play on my balls? Am I supposed to, like... See, okay, we'll say this. Mega Rapidash has led us to the fucking dark ending of this fucking game. We got one of the shitty endings. That's great. that's so fucking hilarious, though. I don't even care at this point. Whatever, we'll just kind of... You know what, let's put it back game. It doesn't even matter at this point. I might as well just actually commit to it. We're gonna play our next game next stream, and I might actually do it tomorrow. Honestly, we're kind of a little behind. What do you guys want me to play tomorrow? I got tons of games. I also got Sea Stars. Oh, actually, let me skip this. Yay! It lets me skip this. Oh my god. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. I was going to cry in the corner for 20 fucking minutes. I'll be like, what? How much dialogue am I skipping here? All right, let's see what happens when we tell her to stop. You cannot leave. Hold on a minute. I interjected before Tix can give her answer. In my response, Tix's mother is taking my house for her daughter, and she finally notices my presence. Oh, what's this? Honey, you didn't tell me you invited a boy over. I'm her roommate. Her roommate? Oh, I see. Mom, Sable has nothing to do with this. I'll come home and convince you I'm serious this time, okay? Tix's mother smirks at her eyes, shake back between Tix and I. So that's it. You don't want us to rush things because you're committed to a cardinal sin. Huh? What are you talking about? Rather than answer her daughter's query, Tix's mother addresses me directly. My patience is wearing thin, but I am not without a tact. Human, you surely understand that you and my daughter have no future together. Let her down easy. I'll never contact her again. Don't ignore me, Mon. What are you... Tix before Tix can name an answer from her mother, the call disconnects. Tix has been left hanging, and mother has willfully understood our relationship. She's a stupid, single-minded, ignorant. What's her problem? Can't she just let me do what I want to do? So I changed my mind one time, but it was maybe more than 2-3 times. Whatever, it was even 100 times. I would still wouldn't give her the right to boss me around. Tix? Oh, Ivy's daughter just had 12 kids. Oh, why can't you just be more like her? Like I care, you pushy old fairy. Hey, now, let's not go overboard. She's not as bad as she. Of course she is. That woman is just impossible to please. No matter what I do, is always the same. Why aren't you pregnant? Why am I going to get some more grandchildren? Make sure you have litter at home. I'll have kids when I'm damn well ready, idiot. I stop replying to Tix's moment as she continues to fume. It's clear she isn't ready to talk this out. Right now, Tix just wants to vent. I can't blame Tix for feeling frustrated. One minute, her mother's trying to impose her under will on Tix and make her her own plans. Next, she takes next to that warning, leaving the matter unresolved. There's bad blood between those, so I'm sure this isn't the last thing I'll hear about it. I don't think it takes a minute to calm down. Speak once again. Have you finished venting yet? For now. Good, in case I have a question. When are you going to stop studying and start having children? Ha! Why you ask me something like that, Sable? You just sound like my mother. I'm not telling you to do so. I'm asking about your plans in the future. Is your intention to study for 2 years and then have kids, or is there some goal you want to achieve first? It's not like my plans are set in stone. It's just when I return home, I'll have to give up studying magic and focus on raising my children. But before I reach that point of return, I want to make sure I make as much progress to study magic as I can. So you couldn't you keep practicing until then? It's not like Androni is the only place you can find decent study materials. As long as you learn terminal before leave, you should be able to study to your heart's content. Do you want me to leave? I didn't say that. I'm just trying to be realistic. If you do return earlier than expected, I'm not returning. I'll leave when I'm damn well ready. Until then, I'm going to study my brains out. It's a good thing you made up your mind, but ignoring me turns the physical terminal back on. Muttering curse to herself, navigates to the textbook we've been working through and picks up where she left off. Unsure of what to do with myself, I let out a sigh as I sit down at my desk. Good thing that Tix is motivated, but is this really okay? I feel like persuading Tix to define her family caused her tension to build up between them. Tix's mother seems to be satisfied with her little misunderstanding for the time being, but how long would that last? For now, I guess I'll keep helping Tix with her studies and try to keep my nose out of her personal affairs. This is ultimately Tix's business, not mine. Until she asks for my help, I'll try not to meddle any more than necessary. Alright, Mega Rapidash, we'll see what the other one is. Thanks to an unexpected call from Tix's mother, I once again missed my chance to reduce our training to a more reasonable level. Instead, our routine continues undisturbed. Early mornings, exhausting lunch breaks, lengthy evening study sessions. My day-to-day life remains draining as ever. At least for now, that's how it's been until this morning. Man, how long has it been since I ate breakfast at this sane hour? I'm actually awake for once, so this is our students apart from Draken here. This is why I know what breakfast is like in Andronia? I don't know where Tix has scurried off to this morning. I'm certainly not complaining. Rather than awake to the sound of Tix's voice, a feeling of her tiny hands pinching my face, I began my morning in my own good time instead. After confirming that Tix was nowhere to be found, I shrugged my shoulders and headed for the cafeteria. Well, everybody needs a day off once in a while. How motivated she is, Tix needs to rest occasionally. Still, I lay my eyes on my demurring roommate. I turned up to my first class today with my head held high. Not only wide awake, but I'm also filled with energy, ready to learn. I may not sound like anything to gloat about, but I haven't felt this way for many weeks now, but it's nice feeling to show up to class in high spirits again. I was starting to forget what it's like to show up to class with the intention of participating in the lesson. Practicing in the morning and at lunch tires me out more than I should. It probably because I keep missing meals as well. I seriously do need to talk to Tix about adjusting our schedule. Reaffirming my resolve for the 8th time, I tell myself that I'll face her properly for time for sure. No matter how excited and motivated she is, no matter how angry she is at her mother, I'll have this conversation with Tix. That being said, where is she this morning? She wasn't in our room, our courtyard, or the cafeteria. Where could she be? She didn't go speak to her mother in person after all, did she? Figuring that answer won't come to me that easily, so I decided to focus on classwork instead. Our first lesson of the day is yet to start. There's nothing that I need to do right now. Considering how slack I've been lately, I figured some quick revision before the class starts might do me some good. What do we have here? It's still early in the morning, and yet you're already awake. Could I be I'm the one who's late this morning? And is it noon already, is it? Oh, haha, very funny, Alicia. I missed this morning's training, that's all. It's amazing what a proper night's sleep and a decent breakfast can do for you. You took my advice about toning things down? A wise decision. Only been one day, you're already looking healthier for it. Yeah, you could say that again. I then correct her. I have not to tell Alicia I haven't actually informed Tix of my decision yet. I'll do so enough anyway. There's no reason for me to say anything right now. Did your roommate take it well? I know that you were worried about dampening her enthusiasm. Actually, about that, yes, what's wrong? Did she react poorly? Honestly, I'm not sure. Tix vanished from our dorm room this morning. I have no idea what kind of mood she is in right now. She just speaks after you refuse to participate in your usual morning training. How childish. Lisa sighs and shakes her head. In that case, perhaps she's off sulking somewhere. Pixies are known for being rather emotional and impulsive bunch. They often act without thinking, while prone to wild mood swings. You're telling me? Yeah, I guess that's possible. But that isn't the case. Where could she be? Tisa's talking to her mother a bit lately, and those two aren't in exactly good terms. They haven't spoken for the last 2 or 3 days, and as far as I'm aware, but even so, I can't help but think that her mother has something to do with it. Well, pigs do tend to have strong bonds with their family members, once their children have reached adulthood, that is. Your roommate is fighting with her mother, and I'm sure both sides trying to make up in their own way. I try not to chuckle at Leisha's comment. I'm not sure about that. Whatever those two talk, they all seem to do is argue. Doesn't mean they aren't trying to make amends. For some pairs, arguing for one another is how they reach to an understanding. Like you and your father. Lisa shrugs. What can I say? That man often needs to have a sense beaten into him. Still, you do well to keep in mind that arguments are not inherently good or bad, Sable. Any form of communication can ultimately lead to positive results. Yeah, I guess it's better than having the two of them not speak at all. Even so, I can't bring myself to feel good about Tick's constant arguments and disappearances. Yeah, you worry about that. You can always try asking my father. I'm sure he's convinced to hand over the term idea of your roommate's mother so you could speak for her yourself. He might even let it slip the location of their village in case you wish to speak with her in person. Do you really think he'll give me that information? Even I wouldn't hand over private information about students and their families that easy, would he? No, probably not. Students and their families are entitled to their privacy after all. But still worth a shot if nothing else. My father might have insight and have some insight in their relationship. Might be a buffoon of a man, but I cannot say the deny the breadth of his knowledge. Talk to the principal, huh? Alright, why not? We still got some time before class starts. Thanks, I'll be taking your advice once again. I understand. Just be careful not to let my father talk your ear off. Some of the things he says are insightful. Most of the time, he's simply full of hot air. Thanks for the warning. I'll keep that in mind. Heading Alicia's advice, I leave the room before class start and make my way towards the principal's office. The hallways are both empty and quiet. With class soon to start, most students are sitting in their classes rather than loitering in the hallways. The silence does not take long, however. In fact, the closer I draw to the principal's office, the louder my surroundings seem to become. By the time I reach this doorway, I finally realize that the noise is coming from the principal's office. Someone is there starting up a storm, whether there's a target is Ein or someone else. I feel sorry for anyone present. Fortunately, I've become soon one of those poor souls. I told you, I don't care about that. I told you, if you cannot find a mate, you're coming home. I'm not going anywhere, Mom, and you cannot make me. Please, both of you, can you just lower your voices for a moment so I can so make you. So what do you think who sent you here in the first place? And in case you haven't realized, it's thanks to me that you're allowed to be here. All I have to do is snap my fingers and your mission will be revoked. No, it really doesn't work like that. Go ahead and try. I'm an adult, Mom. I may not be back home, but here I am. As an adult, I don't need your permission. I can stay as long as I want. 6 years using the maximum, otherwise you are correct. You're an adult now, are you? Huh. I bet you haven't lost your virginity yet. So what if I haven't? It's the only requirement back in our village. Doesn't matter here. I don't think I need to hear this. Don't try to wash your hands of this matter, Elf. You better bear some responsibility here, too. As I recall, you're the one who assured me that there'll be plenty of vile young men who would be happy to make a woman out of my daughter. Wow! Wow! What a sly man! Damn! You could give her empty promises! Oh, there's plenty of men that will thrust your daughter in no matter 20 minutes. You dirty son of a gun. I didn't know such thing. I simply confirmed that this is the co-educational academy. That is not uncommon for students to find here. Common for students to come here for a search of mate. Don't play dumb now. You know exactly what I was asking. You can't guarantee a mate for my daughter. Then I want you to expel her this instant. No longer feeling brave enough to interrupt, so I stand in the doorway silently as I watch the drama unfold. I don't know nothing what kind of argument Alicia was imagining earlier when she spoke of them being constructed, but something tells me that this one doesn't qualify. I feel sorry for Ian, but there's no way I'm going to get in there now. I'll stay out of here and wait for the tensions to cool off. Happily not to be involved. I'll stay right as I am as I continue to eavesdrop. I understand you're not happy about this arrangement, but I am afraid I must side with your daughter. Legally speaking, Tix is an adult, and as long as she doesn't want to leave, you cannot make her do so. If you want to expel her, then find her a mate. Hell, do it yourself you have to. I'll make sure she fills her obligation to her people. I don't think that would be appropriate. I'm used to turning to a blind eye to student pregnancies. For a teacher to be involved is a bit... Ian's light up as the moment he catches me peeking in. If you'd like to know more about your daughter's relationship with the male students in the academy, perhaps you have to ask her roommate. Her roommate? Oh no! We're going right to the fucking Shadow Realm. Fuck! Tix and mother both follow Ein's gaze, leading them straight to me. This isn't good. I should have ran away, but I still had the chance. Knowing that I already missed my opportunity to feign ignorance and walk away, I sighed deeply and entered the battlefield myself. Sable, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in class? Let's just say I'm a little too curious for my own good. Leisha would call me nosy, but Ray would just say I can't let things go. However, if you spin it, I attract trouble. Well, now we meet in person at last, Mr. Roommate. Oh my, you do look like a fertile young man. How is it my daughter is yet to eat you up? Well, oh well, that's her loss. Rest assured, I will not make the same mistake. Madam? Tix's mother floats towards me. Paying no further mind to the people in the room, she extends her hand towards me with a smirk on her face. What are you saying? You're trying to give me a fucking blow? Okay, Mom, go away. No. Before she lay on me, however, Tix gets in the way. Mom, what do you think you're doing? Don't you start flirting with my roommate. Why not? It's not like you claimed him. Wow! What are you doing? No, we don't want to get Mom. No, we don't want Mom. Bye. Why? We don't need MILFs. Damn. Look at Ein's face. He's just smiling in the corner. What a dick. Isn't that what you told me a few nights ago, that you aren't sleeping with him, that you have no intention of birthing his children? That was a wry smile forms on my face as I finally sense what seems unfolding in front of my eyes. Tix, you idiot. You have to correct your mother's misunderstanding. You have just got to let her think that we're together and then we could have avoided all this. Well, I don't know exactly what it was said. I feel confident in my guess. During one of her heated discussion with her mother, Tix had to let slip the fact that we aren't really a couple at all. She probably went as far as to yammer about our training and to gloat about she's making too much progress in her studies to settle down and raise children right now. Hearing that she was mistaken, perhaps she was proceeding as an exchange as she was lied to, Tix's mother decided to come and... Oh, shit. It's come to the academy and in person in order to sort everything once and for all. Well, is he yours or not? Because if he isn't... Oh, God. Oh, fucking Christ. Texas mother licks her lips as she looks at me once over again. She runs her eyes up and down my part, apparently pleased what she sees. I unconsciously turn away, hiding my body with my hands. How cute. I'm going to enjoy eating you up. Oh my fucking God. Why are we attracting MILFs? Fuck. God fucking damn it. Yeah, your dog's like, you tell the mortified and the murder's turned on. I'm fucking mortified. What the fuck is going on? Like, help me. Damn. What's going on here? Please. I'm dying. I am fucking dying. Oh, no. No. Alright, we gotta save that for a highlight because we don't even care at this point. This shit's fucking too fucking much. Mortified. You'll do no such thing. Why not? What business is it of yours? I never steal from one of my beloved daughters, but since you haven't laid a claim to him... Observing the interaction between Tix and her mother, I'm not sure if she really does intend to do anything with me. In the way, she feels as though she is simply teasing her daughter or trying to make her say something. Oh, what the fuck? No! What am I supposed to do? Alright. Alright, let's save here just in case. Alright, what the fuck are we choosing? Play tough, eyes for help, or expose her true motive? Oh, fucking Christ. I don't know. Fuck. What does she want? Does she want to get fucked? I mean, damn, like, she looks like Tinkerbell half the time. God damn, I don't want to be fucking Tinkerbell right now. God damn. Alright, play tough, eye sign for help. Great. What am I picking? 1 second. Nah, let's expose her ass. Expose her true motive. Jump into a hasty conclusion. I take a gamble. Give it a rest. It's obvious what you're trying to do. You have no interest in me. You just want to force Tinks' hand to make sure to take action before you can. In my response to the accusation, Tinks expresses her surprise while her mother stares at me curiously. Mom, is that true? Were you trying to trick me? Is that how my actions seem to you? It is now. Honestly, this is just like you. Someone does something that you don't like, so you're just trying to manipulate them and trying to make them do your bidding. It's not going to work this time. I'm on to you. I won't let you get away with it. So you do really think of me like that? Taking one last look around the room, Tix's mother appears as though she wants to say something else. Unlike ultimately, however, she swallows her own words discontentment and turns towards the door. Fine, I will withdraw for now. But Tix, sweetie, don't you think that you've heard the end of this? I'll give you more time like you originally promised, but you can even keep studying well longer if that is your wish. But keep in mind that my patience is not without limits. I expect regular progress updates, and I'm not talking about your studies. Fulfill your duty to your race and then return home by the end of the semester to have I made myself clear. Oh my fucking god. She just wants her to get fucked. Damn, man. What a shitty mother you are. Damn. Leaving behind those ominous words, Tix's mother finally departs. Once we are sure that she's out of the earshot, the three of us breathe for a collective sigh. Boy, that was intense. A good thing you showed up when you did, Sable. Good for you, maybe. I'm pretty sure I just shaved out 10 years of my life. Nonsense. A dose of reality every now and then is important for scholars. Besides, things started to go smoothly once she showed up. Would you agree, Tix? Tix? Unlike Ein, Tix doesn't seem to be pleased how things ended. Her mother may be gone, but the words and part about Tix might have been forgotten. Just so we're clear, I could have handled my mother and myself. This is my problem. This should be between my mother and I. You're saying that now? If that's how you feel, then why'd you drag me to all of this? You didn't have to do this in my office, you know. Ignoring the complaints of the irresponsible principal, Tix continues. Even though it's not your business, I was happy that you came, Sable. I know I'm causing you problems for you, but I am thankful for your help. It was my pleasure, Tix. I'm always happy to help out a friend in need. Within reason, of course. Even the kind of help Tix has asked in the past, can't be too careful. Yeah, she just wants to she wants your dick. What are you gonna do now? The end of the semester is still fair way off. It doesn't seem like you could just pretend that today didn't happen. Yeah, I know. I'll give it some thought of my own. Just let me worry about it, okay? Okay, let me know if you need my help. With a sullen expression on her face, Tix leaves Ain's office. In the last interval remaining, I begin to follow suit. As class is likely to start, but if I hurry, hold on a minute, Sable, I want to talk to you. Oh, what the fuck? Are we in trouble now? I'm not going to class this morning, aren't I? Ugh, I shut the door. I turned to face Ein once more. What is it, sir? Is there something I can help you with? No, not me, no. But as for her, tell me, Sue, do you really want to help your roommate? Yeah, I guess. How badly do you want to help her? How badly? I don't know. Enough to inconvenience myself, but not enough to put myself in harm's way. That's a surprisingly honest answer. Let me phrase the question. Do you want to help her badly enough that you lied for her, specifically to her mother? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Actually, I thought this problem was Tix's mother was already sorted before long, but with a little misunderstanding. Unfortunately, Tix couldn't keep her truth to herself, so you got involved. That's a shame. Some people are honest to a fault, aren't they? I would think to myself as an honest person, but in reality, I just don't want to invite unnecessary trouble. Keeping track of the lies can be difficult. Most situations, it's easier to tell the truth, but the truth means my friend would be harassed, and the lie would save her from that, and then I have my problem lying on her behalf. Well, while those two were arguing, I got her thinking, what if you two were just simply to fake it? Fake what? Wait, you mean there's all this drama all because Tix is not pregnant, correct? So pretend she is, problem solved. How does that solve anything? Tix's mother told her to come home after becoming pregnant, and if we pretend that she is, won't she just be speeding things along? Plus those two conversely regular two terminals, and she figured out we're lying in no time. Not necessarily. All you have to do is make an argument that it's safer to give birth here at the academy. And when it comes to breeding, the only thing pixies care about more than the number of children is born is how likely they are to survive. Do you really think that would be enough? I mean, what if she wants to see the babies herself? She might even come back here to see them in person. I doubt that would happen. Pixies want to increase the numbers, but they aren't that emotionally attached to their babies. Not initially, at least. They form strong bonds with the children once they reach a certain age, but then when they're newborn, there's no love between them. That's rather harsh. It's a coping mechanism. They can't afford to cherish every single child when there's no good chance that half of them will die. My point is, pixies don't even care about their own children, let alone the children of others. If you tell Tix's mother that a big litter has been born, that they will be raised in perfectly safe in the academy, I don't think she'll ask any more questions. Do you really think that would work out that well? I can't imagine a grandmother showing disinterest towards her own flesh and blood. They're not human, Sable. They may look similar to your kind, but they are not the same. They do not feel the same emotions and treasure the same things that you do. What unthinkable for you is common practice for them. If there's one thing I learned as a principal of the academy, is that looking human is not the same as being human. Considering Ein's history of mankind, which dates back to long before even my grandparents were born, I feel that there's a deeper meaning to his statement. I may be a human being, but I knows more about mankind than I do, and he has ample experience dealing with my kind and likely understand us better than I ever will. He also has the authority on demi-humans, so he accepts many different kinds of demi-humans to his academy every year. When it comes to similarities and differences between humans and demi-humans, he is most certainly an expert. Well, I guess I could at least think about it. I don't know if Tix will go through it, considering how quickly she corrected her mother's last misunderstanding. She might have accidentally brought the truth this time around, too. I suppose I'll run it by Tix what she thinks. Thanks for the idea, sir. I have for now heading to class. Alright. Just keep in mind that their family quarrel might not be as simple as you think it is. It'd be no exaggeration to say that, but for pixies, nothing more important than reproduction. Oh, well, oh, I know. Believe me, I've become painfully aware of that. Yeah, we almost got completely, like, fucked by, mommy, so we'll keep it at that for now. Compared to the tumultuous encounter I suffered through in the morning, the rest of my day proves to be uneventful. Classes are peaceful, my lunchtime practice does not occur, Tix keeps her distance, and the entire day passes without an incident. Once my final class of the day has come to an end, however, my thoughts switch back to Tix's situation. In a matter of seconds, I'd be coming face to face with my troubled roommate. Before then, I need to think about what I'm going to say to her, whether I ought to share the principal's suggestion or not. I hope that Tix will be able to escape her mother's scrutiny if she managed to become more powerful and skilled, but it seems like her mother doesn't really care about that. When they're talking this morning, her mind was solely about breeding, and she lost patience with Tix and no longer expected anything to come home with her time here. I'm sure I'm missing this part of the story here, but whatever is really going on between those two, I'm starting to see why Tix has such a hard time with her mother. I approached my dorm without any of the answers I hope I don't find along the way. Realizing that, I paused without reaching my door, taking another moment to think matter over. Maybe I should stop thinking about it. I mean, this is ultimately Tix's decision to make after all. It's not up to me whether to change her mother's mind. Probably have to start getting myself involved. It's a bit late for me to pull away completely, but I can at least try to avoid getting dragged any further. Yet still, provide some perfect convenient solution, which would make everyone happy. I hang my head over, reach for the doorknob. And in the end, any action I take regarding her situation should be approved by Tix first. I need to talk this all out with her and see if we can come up with an agreement solution together. Tix, are you here? Tix? I look around the room searching for Tix. We started making a habit of training every evening, so she has been returning our room before performing quite consistently. However, it seems like I'm the first one to arrive. Maybe she has decided to eat for dinner first, or perhaps she stayed after class to revise a bit more. Nah, I'm kidding. She probably went straight down to courtyard to start without me. I guess we'll be starting earlier than usual today, but at least I'll have more time to think about what to say to her. After a quick check on the cafeteria to make sure Tix isn't simply eating dinner, I'll head on the courtyard to confirm my suspicion. Surely enough, I locate Tix the moment I set foot outside. Rather than catch the sight of her, however, I started to find her by using my ears. From across the courtyard, I can hear disgruntled shouting, similar to what I heard this morning. Oh man, Tix's mother didn't come back already, did she? I thought she's gone home, but I guess she's still here, that means. I rush towards the source of the noise and keep my eyes peeled for battle pixies. Thankfully, what I enter my field is not a fight, but despite Tix engaging in a far more constructive activity. Whew, stupid old hag. I'll show you. In spite of her words, Tix is not actually facing off against her mother. Instead, she continues to leash a very small, weak spells in the air above her, aiming directly upwards. I begin to understand what she was doing. She's training after. I guess I was right all this time. When I heard Tix shout, I was worried about Tix and her mother might be killing one another. Thankfully, it looks like I was just jumping to conclusions. What Tix is utilizing right now is a training method not taught by me, but our teachers of Andronia. This is a way for practice cactus spells are taking up a great deal of space. And with the reduced risk of injury, since spells are launched directly upwards, it isn't appropriate for all spells, of course, but for the spells which dissipate when they run out of momentum. It's rather convenient. She's starting to start taking initiative and training her own, huh? This is very good, very good. Though, considering what Tix might have been shouting, she might be blowing off steam. Cautiously, I approached my sweaty roommate. Good afternoon, Tix. Huh? Sable, how long you been? Are you going to react that way every time I approach you? Seriously, relax. I just got here. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm a little worked up right now. I kind of suspected as much. So, taking out your frustration in the sky, I see. You saw that? I heard more than anything. Oh man, you even heard what I was saying? How can I not? You were screaming at the top of your lungs. I bet the whole academy can hear you. Tix's face turns a deep shade of red, and her shoulder begins to tremble. This is so embarrassing. It's not to be embarrassed about. Everyone gets frustrated with their own parents from time to time. Oh, shut up like you know. What reason would a human even feel even frustrated? The same reason for you, for starters. It's pretty common for human parents and their children to argue about the child's future. Really? I thought you guys were free to do whatever you want. We just have a lot more freedom than pixies seem to, but that doesn't mean we could just run wild. Everyone has expectations placed upon it, even if it's not something unique to pixies. Whatever, it doesn't change the fact that this is my problem, not yours. Mom gave me more time, Will. You heard her. She made up her mind whatever she wants me to do. I'm free until the end of the semester. After that, who knows what. Six started to calm down a bit as her focus shifts from her mother's obstinance to her own pending decision. She may have been granted temporary reprieve, but ultimately nothing has been resolved. Her mother's opinion has remained unchanged, and Tick's future seems to be as limited as before. Oh, what the fuck? Unless we come up with a few ways to keep her mother at bay, indefinitely Tix may be forced to spend the rest of her semester not thinking about her studies, but about her imminent return back home. Alright, we'll save on this empty slot for now. Alright, I think we should go with the lying one. We should just lie to her. This probably isn't the best way to go by in time, but have you considered simply lying to your mother? You want me to lie to her? I don't want you to do anything. I'm just making a suggestion. Your mother's coming here because you couldn't help but correct her misunderstanding, right? If you hadn't done that, then you didn't think she would have left us alone? Maybe so, but I can't do that. She's my mother. I can't keep secrets from her. Why not? You're entitled to your privacy. She doesn't need to know every little bit of detail of your life. You just don't understand, Sable, because I'm not a pixie. It's not about race. Our family isn't just like that. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with your parents, but for me, lying to my family is just wrong. Sadly, I can't sympathize with Tinks. Tinks is obviously quite closer to her mother. They fight, they curse one another, they say mean things about one another, but even then, they still love each other. And when the fight is over, they forgive one another, they move on. Think about that. I finally understand what Bleach was telling me on this. Even an argument that can be destructive, huh? Again, it took me a while, but I figured what Bleach meant. Tix shares everything with her mother. She can't stand the thought of lying to her. They fight consistently, not because they hate one another, but if they did, they would just give up and stop contacting one another altogether. Rather than the reason they keep fighting so desperately is that what they want to reach their agreements. Tix's mother wants what she thinks is best for her daughter. Tix knows that, but she's trying to change her mother's mind. Having to come to understanding Tix's relationship with her mother a little better, I come to realize I'm able to put myself in her shoes. Unlike Tix, I don't fight with my parents, but it's not because we always agree with one another or that we share the same outlook on life. If anything, I would say it's because we aren't close enough to fight. Even before I came to Andronia, we barely spoke to one another. There's some days we didn't even see each other, despite only being a room away. We don't argue because we don't communicate. We don't fight because we don't never see one another. Thinking about it like that, is my relationship with my family really any healthier than Tix's? Just realize how deep Tix cares for her mother. I sigh in defeat. Unfortunately, that rather makes it difficult. If you want to do your own thing, it's not the cost of your relationship with your mother. The only way I can see that working is if you somehow manage to convince her after all. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I haven't had any luck though. That woman's just impossible. Is she really that difficult to reason with? Your relationship could just mean as hurt as much as to you, right? So it shouldn't be. She should be bending. So shouldn't she be willing to bend just a little? Or could it be she's already doing so and Tix just hasn't realized? I don't know about that. My mom's actually pretty lenient overall, but when it comes to breeding, she's super serious. What if you gave her an ultimatum? Either she gives you the 2 years we originally promised, or you swear your kids off forever. You want me to give up on having children ever? It's called a bluff, Tix. Your mother wants you to have kids. If you tell her that you'll either have them in 2 years, you'll never have them, then her choice should be obvious. I can't do that. That'd be like threatening her. She keeps threatening you. That doesn't mean I'm going to do the same thing to her. Say, well, thanks for trying to help. I don't think you can. You don't understand how we think and what's important to us. Only we do. Please, just let me think about this on my own for a while. This is my problem. I'll come up with a solution on my own. Oh, all right then. If that's what you want, it is. Please leave me on my train on my own. I have some thinking to do. I take some requests. I leave without putting up a fight. I head back after casting one more glance behind me, only to find Tix where she pick up where she left off. Her anger is abated, but her frustration has not. She still has plenty of steam out before I call it a day. While only she does that, I'll be trying my best not to think about her situation any more necessary. Given my track record, I expect to meet with a little success. Leaving Tix to conduct her own training, I head to the cafeteria once more. This time, however, I am not looking for someone. Rather, I have come for the most obvious reason why would someone enter the cafeteria. Simply put, I'm hungry. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? 3 meals in one day? When was the last time I managed to eat such a normal amount? I better make this most I can. At this rate it's been going, I'd probably get dragged to some new pixie drama soon enough. I weighed the relatively empty cafeteria and placed my order. Rather than just grab something ready-made, I decided to order a proper meal for once. I guess what's left was me pick a seat, wait for her. Before I could finish, I thought I spotted this waiting on one of my good friends. With a bright smile on my face, I make my way to say to her, "Yo, Sable, I saved you a seat. Come sit with your best buddy. No mind if I do." Despite the fact that the rest of the table, indeed, almost every other seat in the cafeteria is empty, Draken insists I sit right beside her. With no reason to refuse, I do just that. I didn't see you at breakfast today. Did you sleep in? I actually did, actually. My roommate didn't wake me up for once. Lazy fairies. You can't trust her with even the simple task, huh? If she starts slacking off too much, I could just start swinging by your room on your way down. No, that's okay. I need a break from the routine every now and then. It's a good thing. No need to worry. Yeah, if you say so. I breathe a sigh of relief. Getting woken up early by Tix is bad enough, but when I start waking up as early as Dragon every morning, I'm going to wind up sleeping through every class. So, aren't you training today? I didn't see you in the courtyard this morning during lunch. Are you usually out there right now, wouldn't you? You know about that? I told Draken I was training with Tix, but didn't give her any specific times or details. Of course, why did you train? Because it's become my routine. I ate a big meal, fly out to the roof academy, then perch myself on the edge and watch over you too. I didn't know. I never noticed at all. I didn't know whether you'd feel embarrassed at being seen and to brag about having a guardian dragon watch over me. A guardian dragon? I like the sound of that. Maybe I should start watching over you more often. I wouldn't. There's no need to go that far. I have my hands full just dealing with Tix right now. The last thing I need is Draken to call Tix a fairy and unintentionally wind her up. Have you making any progress with the fairies training? Yeah, I would say so. This hasn't been easy or straightforward, but we're getting there. I'm also not used to teaching, so it's good to have such a motivated student. Why have you been training today? I didn't see you after breakfast or after lunch, and now you're here with me instead of out there with the shouting girl. Are you taking the day off? Yeah, something like that. Tix her mother in the middle of a disagreement. She's been preoccupied at the moment. That's no good. Fights with Mama would never end well. Should I take that remark that you fight with your mother on occasion, Draken? Draken shakes her head. Even when I try, Mama is too much for me to handle. You can't fight her. The outcome is already decided before you even begin. Wow, your mother sounds formidable. Not that I expect any less from a full-blooded dragon. You should be my mom one day. I'm sure you two will hit it off. Me? Hit it off with a dragon? Why not? You and I haven't we? I think that's due to your personality, not mine. Oh, okay, yeah, I would love to hit it off with you. Right from the moment we first met, I consider Draken's cheerful, friendly personality to be a reason why we're able to quickly become good friends. I somehow become close to a couple of less affordable students as well, such as Leisha and Tix, but the difference in time and effort expanded has not been lost to me. Then again, what if it's less about Draken being friendly and more about how willing she is to show her how she truly feels? Tix is more often insulting me, for instance, but I never sense legitimate malice from her. She has a sharp tongue, but she isn't hate-filled. Now I've gotten to know better, it seems like to me that she's just afraid to show any sign of vulnerability in front of others, and she lashes out in order to hide her true feelings. Think about it like that. Perhaps the difference between those two lies in more how they express their feelings of friendship, rather than disagree to which they feel such things. But after briefly pausing to ponder the difference between how certain students and Droney have acted around me, I return to reality. Hitting off with a dragon, huh? I'm okay with that principle, but I don't think it would actually work out that well. Honestly, I'm finding it hard enough to get along with Pixie at the moment, but let alone dragons. Pixies, plural? I thought it was more like just your roommate. Yeah, I kind of got roped into my roommate's family drama. Well, I couldn't mind my own business. The short version, yay, Sentinel, what's going on? Wasabi, good sir. Welcome, you handsome man. What's going on? Kicking ass? The for sure is that Tix wants to get her pregnant and go home, but Tix wants to stay here and learn magic. Yeah, those little guys breed like crazy, don't they? But what's that got to do with you? Well, nothing, I guess. I couldn't just bear to see Tix is denied by her mother like that. Am I being too nosy? Yeah, you probably are, my good man. Probably being goddamn nosy for like 2 hours. How are you? We're doing good. Doing good. This might be the last time we'll be playing this for a while. So we'll be switching games after this, actually. I'll be playing also tomorrow. Should be kind of cool. But anyways, hope you're having a fantastic rest of your lovely Tuesday, sir. I know this is not usually my game of choice, but I'd rather get a little break. Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I know you're new here, and I apologize. But if you have any questions on anything we do here, let me know. I hope I can help. You should play Lethal Company. I've heard some weird things about Lethal Company. I've heard some really weird things about it. I don't know. I heard some things. We do have a lot of games though right now. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me check my library. Let me actually switch back to camera. 1 second. I don't know you guys looking through my library. So 1 second. So we got here. Okay, so I mentioned before we picked up Jeopardy, Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, Mercenary Wings, The False Phoenix, Sea of Stars. Those are the games I picked up just recently. Right now, I actually was thinking about it. I think our next game might be Ninja Gaiden. And the reason for Ninja Gaiden is I thought Ninja Gaiden would be kind of cool to play because it's a hack and slash, and I love hack and slash games. Because why the fuck not? Because who cares? It'll be a short game and it's fine. So I have never played Ninja Gaiden. I know what it is, but I've never played it. So many games to play, and I figured, like I said, get a little break from. I tend to play a lot of action games, a lot. So that'll be pretty awesome. I would play that at some point. I'm looking at some other games as well. Like we do have some RPGs to play, stuff like that. So it'll be kind of cool. So once we get there, we will. But that'll probably be our next game for tomorrow. Ninja Gaiden. That'll be a cool game to play. Oops. Go back. There we go. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, Setsno, on anything. Just whatever. What you can ask me whatever you want here. Pretty much is that you have your freedom. Pretty much. So no problem. Emotes. If you want to access your emotes, just click the little smiley face on the right of the chat, and you'll have 5 for me, of course, for being here. Well, that's it. Commands, you can just type in commands and stuff like that. All that fun. Whatever. I'll put an example, but we got stuff here. We got stuff here, so we'll be good. We got all that good. We got good jazz. It's all good though. We have some fun here. So yeah. I got birds. All right. Who likes my birds? All right, Mega Rapidash. Would you like me to rub your belly the same way I rub my bird? Or is that gonna tell me I'm gonna go F myself? Oh, Suzaku, my baby. Suzaku, my baby. Mwah. I love you so much. You'll be chilling here for a while, which is embarrassing. Hey, say hi to the audience. They don't. Yes, I also have a dragon. Yes. We have a dragon too. We have the entire collection. We have a dragon and a bird all at the same time. Rub my back like you rub its belly. I'm actually a very good shoulder massage guy, so there you go. I'm pretty good at that. Once I get used to, you know what I mean. I got animals too. I kiss all the dragons and the birds. Suzaku Ragna. That's the name of these animals. Oh, goddamn. Balls! Ugh. Alright, can you stay there, you fucking bird? I need you to stay. Okay? Dragon's gonna go away, because he's not that popular. Goddamn. Yeah, probably. Did you get anywhere with her mother? No, she wouldn't budge at all. I can't believe she'd just be so indifferent towards her own daughter's education. Well, it's not like they teach anything useful here. We're only in our first term in our first year. I wouldn't expect a half dragon to find it all interesting right now. It's still not. It's not just about how useful it is. Tix wants to learn. She wants to expand her knowledge and broaden her horizons. I think she'll be allowed to pursue the future she wants to, rather than being bound by her mother's will. Oh yeah, we know about full control. All right. You made that sound so simple. Rub your belt. I can't imagine going against Mama's wishes. Really? Yeah. Okay. Well, I see why you wouldn't be able to oppose your mother. Chupapi! Ooh, Cody Judah! Oh, welcome, handsome man. I hope you had a wonderful stream with how can I, okay, I don't know, should I just say wifey or Mrs. Judah? I don't know, what do you want me to call her? I don't want to be weird. I don't know what, you guys were playing a game, but I don't want to, I was watching a little bit. You handsome man. Well, yeah, okay, I can see why you won't be able to oppose your mother. She's a full-blooded dragon. No sane person would go against her. But Tix's mother is just another pixie. It's not she's particularly posing or powerful. It's not about being powerful, Sable. Even if I was stronger than Mama, I wouldn't be able to go against her, not without a really good reason. Don't you feel the same way when it comes to your parents? No, not really. That ship sailed a long time ago. I think that people should be able to control their own lives without needing to worry about the expectations of others. If my parents approve of something I want to do, I'll listen to their concerns, but ultimately it's my life. I'll do what I want with it. Is that how it works for you? Even though you're a puny human, you're actually pretty tough, huh? Am I? I don't think I am. It may sound strange to me if I say this about myself, but I don't see my ability to disregard the wills of others as strength. In a way, I'm actually envious of people like Tix and Draken who care about their parents so much that they can't go against them. My way of life just grants me freedom. It does come at a cost once too many people are willing to pay. If I had the opportunity to go back in time and strengthen my bonds with family, rather than to pour all of my energy into studying magic obsessively, well, do I? Alright, we'll see if anybody else can answer these fun little questions. Alright, is Rapidash actually going to answer my first one? My grand reward one? I'm surprised nobody's actually got my Call of Duty question one correctly. I'm not even surprised, but that's a hard one. Take a moment to consider my life decision up to this point. I decided to shake my head. No, of course it wouldn't. Well, who am I trying to fool here? I know myself better than that. And if I relived my youth many times now, I still wind up in the right back here. Living exactly the same life I am now. Coming to that conclusion, and this fucking bard! Can you fucking stay here? Go in the fucking Shadow Realm. Thank you. You can stay right here where people can see you. Right here. No. No, stop falling down. Go make out. Okay? We're gonna do this. Thank you. You can stay there, damn it. I come to that conclusion. As Ryle smiles on my face, I avert my gaze. Still, I do like the idea of forging bonds so strong they take precedence over everything else. If I were a better person, would someone who prioritized others over my own personal development, then maybe I wouldn't have to go such a hard time in sympathizing with my friends. Well, you are a human being, and you're about to get surrounded by a bunch of demi-humans all day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a lot of demi-humans-looking girls, so then again, I gotta be shut up about half that shit. That shit's already getting weird. But we all know the discussion, of course. Cyber Monday. Oh, Cyber Monday. I missed out Cyber Monday, didn't I? Yeah, I did. It don't really matter at this point. Hey, I was gonna go, but I wanted to stop by real quick. Hey, I appreciate it. Sentinel, I hope you have the awesome rest of your lovely night, and thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it, man. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Take care. I appreciate you. Have a good one. I appreciate you. With my bird. Suzaku appreciates you too. Oh, mommy. Oh. After eating an early dinner together with Draken, I returned to my dorm room and breathed heavily sigh. Lately, my return has been signaled at the start of my evening towards training with Tix. I've entered my room and quickly showered and whisked away. Tonight, however, there'll be no such training. I've admitted to myself I can do whatever I want. The only problem is after my routine adjusted to such a degree for so long, all I think about is our practice. It's no good. I need to sit down and study. Come on, Sable. What's something fun to research? Pick any topic, but just roll with it. I glanced around the room as if search for inspiration. Nothing stands as far as research topics go, but there's one subject grasps my attention. The portal terminal, huh? Come think I should probably check if it's okay to still have that. We've been borrowing it for a while now. Hey, bro, you like it? Hey, Attitude Games. You sexy man. Appreciate you earlier. Needed that fucking slap across the face. We've been borrowing it for a while, so I'm sure there are other students who need it. Thinking that, I take a step towards the terminal, reach out with my window in my hand. Hey, we got chicken legs and birds. We got the birds here, too. We have the birds. Suzaku's here. Suzaku says hello. Yeah, slap me with your wiener. I know what's gonna go, okay? Suzaku says hello. And, where's my birds? Yeah, slap me my fucking shit. Bazinga, bitch! Bazinga! Thinking that, I take a step toward the terminal. Where do I stand in line? Just kidding, or am I? Oh, are you really? You're gonna step in line? Nah. Mega Rapidash, I have to say this. I'm sorry, but there's probably some better looking dudes than me. I will tell you that right fucking now. I will bet you fucking money that there is a fucking guy somewhere. I don't care if he's the next state over. I don't care if he's from I don't care where he's from. He's probably better looking than me and excel at higher expectations, making $200,000, has a giant wiener, ready to thrust you for hours, and he's just gonna make you happy. That is a man. But I am your friendly man. Man-child. Forever a man-child. Thinking that the moment I go to pick up the device, a small light begins to flash a quarter of their screen. I just want someone else who likes to cook and cuddle, that is all. You're trying to be simple. I don't even... that's odd. If I recall correctly, a flashing light means a notification. Unlike the spell terminal, which allows information to be transmitted directly to the caster's mind, physical terminals are ultimately electronic devices. They are designed to look and act like the real deal, but they do have some functions which are similar to those to the real terminals, but some people mistakenly do them to have magical in some way. In reality, however, physical terminals are just computers, unless a mage is present and actively projecting to it. A physical terminal has no magical properties on it whatsoever. How can a notification come through? This device shouldn't receive a normal terminal messages on its own. I guess Tix must have not ended the spell when she was using the lights to interact with. Now projecting subconsciously, that's the case. She's closely able to use the real deal that she realizes it. No, wait. Has it actually received its real terminal message? This is an electronic device owned by the Academy. It could be the plain old electronic message over the Academy's network. Yeah, that must be it. It's probably one of the Academy staff members telling me that it's time to return the device. Sorry, Tix, but you'll be starting the library from now on. I turn on the screen and confirm the content of received message. To my surprise, the mobile message pops up. Instead, the texting loading sprawled across the screen. Going by the information to be displayed in the terminal, it seems like the call has been initiated. Whoops, it was an incoming call, huh? I guess Tix said let's change the settings to things so it automatically accept incoming calls. Really now, don't go change the settings onto something that doesn't belong to you. The staff here don't have the time to reset every other device, every single... Wait a minute, someone's calling Tix. That must mean... Before I finish that thought, a familiar face appears on the screen in front of me. Tix, honey, I know you're mad, but I just need a... Human? The name's... No! Why are you back? No! The name's Sable. I'm Tix's roommate, remember? Yes, I remember you. Why are you answering my daughter's terminal? Where is she? Tix is practicing outside, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to talk to you right now. Also, this isn't her terminal. It belongs to the Academy. Anyone is free to use it. Oh, I see. So she's still using a physical terminal to contact me. And here I thought, oh, so valuable education should be given to Jeroni. At least to cover that, at least covered by much at all. What a waste. I should have kept her at home and taught her to myself. My face cramps as I realized that blunder I just made. Crap, she didn't know that Tix was still using one of these? Once again, I might have just made things worse. If there's a message you want me to pass along, I'll be happy to do so. I'm not sure when Tix will finish, but it still might be a couple hours yet. There's no need for now. I'll try her again. I was going to ask her directions back home from the Academy anyway. You're asking for direction after a fight like that? What does that have to do with anything? We don't stop helping one another over little tiffs here and there. Uh-huh. It's nice that she's prepared to ask her daughter for help, even after a conversation like that. But is this really normal? Unsure how to interpret Tix's relationship with her mother, I don't pry into her reasoning any further. In case, I'll leave it to you. I'll let Tix know that you called. Goodbye. Hold on a moment. Yes. Before I tap the end call button on the screen, the pixie on the other end at the line stops you dead in my tracks. I'll have your ear. There's something I'd like to speak about you privately. Privately with me? Wait a minute. Is it going to be more breeding talk, is it? Of course not. If that was the case, but why don't this conversation to end privately? No. No, I want to talk to you about the role you played in my daughter's secret recent defiance. Oh, okay then. Go ahead, miss. I'm sorry. What was your name again? I don't think I caught earlier. You didn't catch it because I didn't introduce myself. I don't plan on talking to you again after. I don't need you to give you my name. Why are you being so difficult? It's just a name. Go ahead. Say what you want to say. Sighing, I keep my complaints to myself and vent internally. She won't give me her name. She won't call me by my name. What's with this woman? Is she some pixie custom I don't know about? Oh well, if it's not to bother me, I can always ask Tinks anyways. Actually, now I think about it, what is Tinks' last name? In fact, do pixies even have last names? I know I see some demi-humans do. Eighth has one. So do Aris and Joru. What about everyone else? Do they not have last names? Or am I just an attentive friend? Quickly going through the motions of my own little criteria crisis, my ear perks up as Tinks' mother, whatever her actual name is, continues. To be blunt, I blame you for my daughter's change of heart. If it weren't for you, she would have come home by now, and I wouldn't have need to involve myself like this. Oh, what the fuck? To make up what you've done, I expect you to do the right thing and have your way with my daughter. Because become my daughter's partner, oh, there'll be hell to pay. What? Whoa, hold a minute. You can't ask me to do something like that. I just did. No way, you can't dictate our relationship like that. Why not? Because it has nothing to do with you. What is this woman even saying? What's the big deal? I give you permission to be with my daughter. It's not your call to make. I don't care how different our cultures are. You don't get to decide something like that for another person, even though she's my daughter. Especially since she's your daughter. Why are you making this so difficult? Fine then. If the problem is Tinks' will, then what if I have a little talk with her and she seeks out you herself? Softening my gaze a tad, I shake my head. Having you manipulate Tinks going along with your plan wouldn't make this any okay. Besides, even Tinks wished for something like that herself. I still wouldn't do it. As I told Tinks before, I have no intention of becoming an absent father or even a father at all at this stage of my life. What is wrong with you? You're asking me that? Well, that should be out of my question for you. Who the hell tries to convince some boy they don't even remember the name of to impregnate their own daughter? No, I'm serious. There's something fundamentally wrong with the way you think. You are given permission to enter a relationship with a member of a highly fertile race. How can you refuse? Do you not feel compelled to share your biology with future generations to ensure your bloodline lives on? Look, it's not I don't get your point. Breeding is essential to our survival, and if we didn't do it, we all die out. And that's the fact, the same goes for humans as for pixies. But you have to understand that acting to find a partner and choosing to bring new life to a world isn't as simple as for humans as it is for pixies. We need structure and a commitment. We need to be able to support our children financially and provide for them. And you know what? Even before I enter that side of the debate, there's more of a basic problem here. I realize that pixies have a rather liberal view when it comes to sex, but for humans, it's more to just procreation. There has to be mutual attraction, love, intimacy, and... Oh, just stop already, would you? Please spare your drivel. I heard this speech before. You want to hide yourself in some pointless moral arguing? Fine, go ahead. But I met humans like you before, and they never managed to keep up the act for so long. Human men are all the same. You all probably talk about your strengths and your beliefs, but the second you're aroused, you become wild animals. For all your posturing, I'm certain you will succumb to your instincts when the right time is right. Pausing for a moment, take some other sides to shake her head. Forget it. I'm not going to waste my time trying to convince you anymore. It's obvious you don't even understand or cannot accept our nature. So let me skip away more eyes straight to the point. We pixies cannot afford to become attached to our partners. We must breed with the strongest, healthiest, convenient partners we can find. Appearances are meaningless, intellect is the same. As long as a man can produce good offspring, they're suited for the role. Do you understand what I'm saying? I guess so. Good. Allow me to elaborate what I said earlier. Pixies do not fall in love the same way humans do. The love we feel towards a male is simply our way of realizing we want them to father our children. Tinks is no different. She may have led astray during her time away from home, but she's still a pixie. She will do what her instincts tell her to do. Be it for love, lust, procreation, or a mere boredom. She will definitely make a move on a human close to her. In other words, you! And once you knocked her up, she'll lose all interest in you and she'll come to her senses and return her without delay. So you see, there is no point projecting your human notion of love into us. Your morality does not apply to my kind, nor does it have any meaning to us. So might as well just have it your way with Tinks and get over with. It'll be less painful both of you that way. While there are a few points of interest in what Tinks' mother just told me, her conclusion is not lost to me. Tinks is a slave of her biology, but she'll keep sleep with whoever is convenient for her, even if she doesn't care about them at all, then leave forever. Pixies don't have the same kind of relationships that humans do. The morals and beliefs prevalent in human society do not apply to them. It's pointless to fight back. The result's already been determined. If that's how it is. I knew pixies were hardwired to prioritize survival above us, but I didn't realize they ran that deep. Well, now you know. So knowing what you do, will you finally accept a relationship with my daughter if it is what it is? Oh, what the fuck? No! A very smile forms on my face in response to her persistence. She doesn't give up, does she? That doesn't bode well with me, even if I refuse outright. That won't simply be the end of this topic. I'm going to take any meaningful steps forward. I need to get this woman to talk a little more openly. Concluding that the direct answer will not lead to anywhere productive, I decided to probe a little more information instead. Before that, I have a question. I get that you want Tinks to cave in and do what her body's telling her to, but why are you so hell-bent on forcing Tinks to go back home as soon as possible? You gave her permission to be here, right? So don't you think it's unfair to let her come here, then only tell them she isn't allowed to stay after all? Why the rush? What does she need to be impregnated now rather than 2 years? You don't really need to understand my intention at all. Just like Tinks, you're ignoring half what I'm saying. listening to parts of what I'm going to hear. Human, if you think my desire for more grandchildren is the only reason why I'm pushing her, you are just thick-headed as my daughter. Is there another reason you're not telling us? Then come on and say it. We're not mind readers, you know. I already have. You're just too fixated to listen. Fixated on what do you... Hey! Before I demand an answer from her, willful Pixie ends our call. I consider calling her back. I have to give a few seconds. I decide not to. Forget it. Even if I call her back, it'll just be more of the same. She won't tell me her name. She won't explain her motives. She shows up at her convenience, hangs up her convenience, makes unreasonable demands. I can see why Tix gets frustrated with her mother. I turn off the turn and place down on Tix's desk. As I look at my own desk, thinking about what to do with myself, I quickly realize I won't be able to study in here. With Tix set to return at some point in the future and return liable to accept another call, I decided to make my studies elsewhere. Wow, we're causing more fucking drama already. God damn. With room currently proving a little bit distracting, I decided to play a little visit to the library. This day's still young after all. Have I been absolved of my teaching duties for the evening? How can I better use the time to study? Have I really focused on Tix's education too much lately? What about my goals? What about my interest in spell creation? While Tix is pushing me away to solve her problems on her own, I'll use this time to finally return to normality. For the rest of the day, I would do nothing but study the things I want to study. Quickly glanced over my to-read list, I picked out 3 books subject which piqued my interest in the past, normally demi-human anatomy. Whenever I try to ask other students about the subject, they get creeped out or offended. If I want to learn how bodies of demi-humans work, research materials like this are my best bet. Skimming over the duty index, I turned straight to the page of Mandragoras. Ever since I first met F, I've been quite curious about how Mandragoras function. Are they plants? Are they animals? Are they warm-blooded? Are they even have hearts to be glad to begin with? Do they give birth, sow seeds? I've been less thrilled about my constant questions. Even now, I'm still don't know about their kind. You leave me for long enough, Mandragoras. Today, I'll finally figure out what makes you tick. Oh, God. And after I'm done with you, I'll be, let's see. I'll flip ahead the next couple pages and maybe search next topic. Harpies, nah, too easy. Centaurs, man, Rookabubi, lame. Lamies could be interesting, but there's nothing here on Gorgons. I guess they're pretty similar. Alright, Mandragora, Lamia, then I flip through the books whimsically as I found one section which seemed to be longer than the rest of the others. Filled with at least 3 times as much information as any section on the races, I find a lengthy, detailed write-up on pixies. Oh, goodness sakes. Now I'm not looking for any information about pixies, but it shows up right in front of me. Well, I guess it makes sense for racers which are all breeding and which is constant contact with humans take up the fair amount of space in a book like this. Still, do I really want to read about that right now? Maybe let's skip that section for now. I keep turning page trying to do a new section. But it seems like no matter how far ahead I go, the content still remains the same. So, the erotic stories aren't enough for you anymore? You're even studying their bodies on a clinical level? Joru, you're reading through this section which is so vigor. If you flip through any quicker, you're accidentally spell your terminal. I turn around with haste and I saw Joru standing right behind me. On my terminal is now the material related to pixies, specifically text explaining the reproductive process, along with company diagrams of explicit nature. It's not what you think. I was just researching random demi-humans and their biology. I'm not particularly interested in pixies or anything. Your denial only makes you sound even more guilty. If you're going to study these things with such fever, please do so in your own dorm room. Please, Joru, you got this all wrong. My interest is pure academic, I swear. Is that right? Joru leans in closer to me, scrutinizing my panicked expression as she attempts to discern the truth for herself. In that case, why are you so nervous? Because you've been that misunderstanding since the moment you walked over. I haven't done anything to make you think I'm looking for this stuff with ill intent. Well, no, it's true you haven't done anything I'm becoming, but even that's the case, why are you reading such things in here? Are you avoiding your roommate again? Kind of, but not exactly. I'm just trying to avoid distractions in general. I was in my dorm a minute ago. I couldn't focus at all. And that's okay. I'll distract you when you get back to work. Let me know if you need anything. Unless you want more recommendation on books of Pixie, that is, you can read those in your room. Wow! Damn! She's like, no, get the fuck out of here! Yo, I would... would this man have sex with a librarian? I don't fucking know. I don't think I want to know at all. No, come on, it's like I said. With complicated expression on her face, Joe releases my side and returns to her duties. A misunderstanding may have been cleared up. Apparently, she still doesn't completely believe in my innocence. Ha, like it seems like every time I approach the subject for Pixie, I get myself into trouble. Real Pixies, books of Pixies, everything I do with Pixie leads me to the feeling I just give up. Scowling my terminal, I turn the page a few more times. To my surprise, the book does not continue to focus on reproductive habits of Pixies for long. Instead, it quickly shows me to a mysterious topic. A Pixie's metamorphosis. Now, this is interesting. Highly elastic skin, hollow bones, unusually soft, malleable muscles. Whoever wrote this section really did their research. I began reading about the absurd level of growth pixies are able to temporarily maintain. On the contrary, on my own thoughts on the matter, it seems like pixies aren't simply well trained in the art of muscle reinforced magic. Rather, their bodies are naturally receptive to such spells. Pixies' biology allows them to grow and shrink at will without any of the negative side effects humans being have suffered. For a human being to achieve those same kind of results, I wonder what extremes they had to go need to. I ponder my own questions as I think the limits of the human body, why muscle reinforcement takes up such a toll on us. After mulling over the question for a while, my mouth open wide in surprise. This is what I've been looking for. If I put into theory and practice, create a new spell based around the principles, then I skim through the page's contents once more, quickly assessing whether the ideas being presented to me are truly practical or not. I can work with this. It's a bit unorthodox, will probably hurt like hell, but if I do it successfully, I bet I could pull this off, then I may have to stumble across the solution Tix has been looking for. My time in the library, midnight's already come and gone. I spent my entire evening playing on a particular spell without paying any attention to the flow of the time. For all my efforts, now I have to pursue what more or less the functional spell. I like to have Tinks to take a look at my work before I try it out, not even for her own education, but it's also because she seems more and more adept at muscle reinforcement than I am. She's probably asleep by now. I may not get the chance to talk until after class over today. Yawning, I thought to keep myself and placed my hand on the doorknob. I tried to be quiet and open and shut the door out of consideration for both of us my sleeping neighbors and my roommate. The moment I entered the room, however, I realized my efforts are partially wasted. This takes you still up. Sable, you're here. Wait, Sable's here? Ah, it took you long enough. Just a second. Tix jumped off my bed and rushed over to the kitchen sink. She splashed water on her face to shake her vigorously and attempt to wake herself up. Now slightly wobbling her feet, Tix dries herself off and presents herself to me once again. Oh, good evening, young man. I didn't see you there. You seem to have caught me at a bad time, as you can see. I am both naked and too tired to pull up a fight. If someone took advantage of me right now, I would be able to defend myself at all. Tix, are you still half asleep? If you're not tired, go to bed and I'll be quiet. There's no need to be considerate of me. You should do whatever you want. I'm just going to be standing over here doing some light stretches. Boy, I hope you do that. Boy, I sure do hope that nobody notices. That would be super embarrassing. If they did, I wouldn't be able to blame them for staring at me. Okay then. You can go do stretches. I'm going to go jolt a few things before I go to sleep. Turning to a blind eye of Tix's odd behavior, I sit down on my desk and pick up where I left off at the library. I'm feeling a bit sore after sitting on my desk all day and night, but I do think if I should finish writing down my thoughts before Hey, what the hell are you doing? I jump right in fright as Tix yells at me from behind. I slowly turn around. Writing down ideas? You're supposed to be watching me. I am, since when? You just said you hoped that nobody would watch you. Oh, for the love of... this is my own fault. I knew a frontal assault was the way to go. Fine then. Just remember, Sable, I'm only doing this because you're such an idiot. Doing what? What the fuck? No! Before I roll over to her words, Tix flaps her wings and floats over my chair onto my lap. Rather than face my desk, however, she instead sits with her back to the wall, resulting the two of us staring at another in the face. What is this? Can this get any fucking more weird? Shit. Tix, what are you doing? I thought you were gonna be stretching. Shut up, Sable. Utterly only those crass words in response. Tix presses her body against mine firmly. Still smirking, Tix draws her reddened face closely, leaving the room between us. I waited up for you, you know. I thought if I showed the sight like that, then you would even you would lose control. Was I right? Was your dismissal libido surging? Aren't you just dying to lay your hands on me? No, not really. I don't know what your endgame is here, but if I see you naked almost every day, you aren't exactly shy when it comes to making physical contact. I was flustered at first, but at this point I'm pretty much used to it. Still trying to act disinterested. We'll see how long that lasts. Highlight this, Mr. Virgin. Tix hugs me tight and rests my head on my shoulder as she rubs her body over against mine. Even though my clothes can be easily make out the shape of her body, Tix's softness transmits to me clearly. In a heartbeat, it dawns on me. These are not the playful antics of my nudist boundary challenged roommate. This is the seduction of the pixie intent on bearing children. Tix, please control yourself. I already told you I have no intention of fathering your children. Oh, it sounds like you finally caught on. I guess even beta males like you can't hide from reality forever. What reality? What are you even trying to do here? I thought you were going to put off having children so you could keep studying. That was the plan. I decided to take a different approach. Brimming with confidence, Tix looks at me in the eye as she explains herself. After giving the matter some thought, I realized the solution to my problem was staring at me in the face all along. All my mother wants me to do is have children. She doesn't care if I study or not. So if I'm pregnant, she'll leave me alone. You're going to get yourself pregnant to avoid being pushed into having kids? What kind of ridiculous logic is that? Besides, she's going to leave you alone anyway, but not at least till the end of the semester. All you're doing now is trying to push your own deadline up. Tix shakes her head to side to face. You're missing the point here, Sable. Pixies have a much shorter gestation period than human beings. If I become pregnant now, I'll give birth long before the end of the semester. If I give birth here, I'll be able to stay and raise my children here whilst continuing my studies. Genius, right? That's the solution you came up with? I know I agreed to let you handle this yourself, but that's not genius. It's unbelievably stupid. How so? I get to stay, I can keep studying, and I can start raising children. My mother will get off my back too, and your little hang about being an absent father who never sees his kids would be to moot. My plan is perfect in every way. Like hell it is. Do you think a dorm room is any place to raise kids? And how would you juggle between studying and parenting? Oh, before any of that, I don't want to have kids. Say what you want. I'm still going through it. You're going to fall for my seduction, Sable. If you don't, I'll be forced to take matters into my own hands. Oh no, not the master manipulator. No, she wants the dick. What is this? Where are these ominous words? I try to calm down and clear my throat. The sensation of Tix's body is pressing against mine. It's hard to ignore, but for all the pride I can take in my considerable self-control, I am ultimately a young man after all. If I show any kind of reaction now, Tix will mix it. She'll take over the opportunity and escalate the situation, and my youth will be over. It's just like her mother warned me. Tix is really trying to make a move on me. Is she in heat? It has all this talk about having kids stirred up her maternal instincts. No, wait, forget the reason why. If Tix's mother was right about this much, then we have a different problem in our hands. The words Tink's mother surfaced in my mind. She claimed that Tinks would fall victim to her biology, make a move on me, get pregnant, lose all interest in staying, and then return home. If she is correct, and Tinks' plan isn't a logical one, her ability to think rationally is being hindered by her instincts. And her plan is to actually just excuse her to do what her body is telling her to do. In other words, Tinks already knows that her plan would fail. She's just caving into her desire to reproduce. What's wrong, Sable? You've lost your composure. Am I getting to you after all? Am I? A playful smirk appears on Tink's face. She traces circles on my chest with her index finger while staring into my eyes, chuckling from both nervousness and amusement. Oh, is totally foreplaying the sexuality over here. It's an odd sight, but her demeanor and words make it seem more like a joke than a legitimate attempt. And yet, for some reason beyond my understanding, I find myself strangely drawn to this behavior of yours. Oh, fucking shit. This isn't good. Something's wrong with my body. Why am I reacting to her words? I know I can't go forward along with this, and yet, you don't need to hold back. Forget about your stupid studies and focus solely on me. Pay attention, Sable. This is going to be the best night of your life. Oh, my fucking god. I go audibly as I unintentionally catch a whiff of Tix's scent. With her body so close to mine, it's impossible for me to ignore Tix. Her smell, her touch, her soft breath escaping from her lips. Uncomfortable. Hey, I'm going to say this right now. She is pulling off some kind of fucking succubus fucking magic bullshit. Whatever the fuck it is, she's pulling it off, and she's using a fucking human being just to fucking get what she wants. With her body so close to mine, it's impossible for me to ignore Tix. Her smell, oh my god. Get all yourself, Sable. You can't lose this pixie. Oh, right, it's just pheromones. What the hell's going on? Pixie all about breeding. I'm sure Tix unconsciously releasing pheromones to the air in order to climb my mind. Convincing myself thoroughly, I waved my hand in front of my face, trying to disperse the pheromones being secreted by Tix's body. But with virtually no distance between us, my actions proved pointless. Tix is only an inch away. I can't escape her that easily. I only have one shot to escaping from being forced childhood, and that is... I'll do it for the children! But only if my plan fails. Yes! We resisted! We resisted her body till the end! Both surprisingly intrigued by my efforts, takes to release her grip on my body. She creates a small distance between us and looks at me inquisitively. Your plan? That's right. I know I said this to leave all this to you, but now that it comes to this, I have no choice. I come up with a plan on my own, I want you to go along with it! Yay! We escaped her fucking seduction! A plan of your own, huh? And if it fails, you'll go along with my plan instead? I hesitantly nod. This might be the pheromones talking, but yes, if my plan fails, I'll take part in yours. So either way, I get it what I want. Alright, then what's this plan of yours? The strange intensity being excluded from Tix disappears in the instance. Finally able to breathe these, I sighed from my explanation. We escaped! Oh, fucking shit. We almost got like fucking our penis fucking sucked on by her. I don't even want to describe the sexuality of how fucking wrong this sounds. With Tix and I come to agreement, a new plan set in motion. Coinciding with my tutor, Tix, I have her return by fame by teaching me everything she knows about muscle reinforcement magic. As planned, our speciality's nature began to entwine. My knack of spell creation and Tix's expertise in manipulating your own bodies combined, resulting in the creation of a new spell. And with this, everything is set. We are ready to face Tix's mother and show her that Tix's time at Androni hasn't been a waste at all. Without breathing a word to her mother, just the two of us wait to the end of the first term. We take advantage of the 2-week break in order to set out, charting our course for Tix's village. We'll be waiting to the end of the semester. Instead, we're going to pay Tix's mother a surprise visit according to our own timetable. If all going to plan, Tix will return to Andronia with a greater degree of freedom and control than she has ever enjoyed in her life. Our first break of the year begins. Tix and I make our way to our village without delay. We trek through the forest surrounding Andronia Academy, camping under the stars, as I suppose the short journey extends beyond the time frame Tix has proposed to me. I was told this would be a 3-day round trip. Instead, it's already taken us that long just to approach the vicinity of her village. Yet to even spy a single of the pixie, I speak up one more time. Are you sure we're going the right way, Tix? For the last time, yes, I'm sure. We'll be there already if you haven't decided to keep dragging your feet. If you don't like my walking pace, just stop hitching your ride on my shoulder. I'll stop riding your shoulder if it'll shut you up for 5 minutes. Tired and already lost and cranky. Tix and I are clearly not in the best moods right now. What we thought would be an oversized stroll in our village has already turned to a tiresome journey. I am a scholar, not a hunter. The most physical activity I ever get is when I'm walking up and down the stairs at the academy. If this journey takes much longer, I may as well collapse from exhaustion. Is your village really close to the academy, she claimed? What, you think I was lying? I think you were looking for an excuse to brag. Something like it takes a human all week to walk here, but we pixies fly there overnight. I wouldn't do that. My village is close to the academy, I swear. Is it really? I'm starting to doubt that. Doubt me all you want. Just keep your legs moving. We'll be out here all week. Yeah, I'm moving all right. It takes command to force myself to continue walking. My pace has slowed down considerably since we first set out, but as long as I shuffle forward, I can at least claim to be making an effort. That being said, it doesn't take me long before my desire to quell Tix's anger is drowned by the pain of manipulating from my legs. Tinks, are we at least getting close? I'm getting tired of walking. You do have a fair distance. We still have a fair distance to cover. We should take this opportunity to rest. Another break, Sable? Good grief. Your complaints just never stop, do they? Fine, sit down, take a break. I'll go ahead and look around. Sounds like a plan to me. Without a moment's hesitation, I sit down on the grass and rest my back against a large tree. Feeling somewhat uncomfortable, I shift around a bit until I finally give up and lay down the ground instead. Much better. My feet are sore, my eyes are sore, one of my shoulders is killing me. I'm not really cut out for this kind of thing. I close my eyes and let a lengthy sigh. All the fatigue I accumulated so far today has hit me the second I close my eyes. The blood rushes to my head and I feel consciously leaving my body. Did I really fall asleep? Oh crap, Tix would be so mad at me. How long was I out? Maybe she isn't back and maybe I was so... What the fuck? Oh my god. Still be out searching. My thoughts grind to halt as my eyes slowly open. I try to sit up, that only I cannot move. My arms and legs have been mobilized, looking down my body, and it seems like I've been bound. But why? By whom? This must be a dream. The human's awake! Quick, tighten the ropes. We can't have him breaking free. In a blink of surprise, my eyes and ears both conveyed to me a bizarre scene. All around me are pixies, or at least, I assume they're all pixies hovering me in a various states of undress. Unable to comprehend what's going on, I look around, try to make a sense of my current predicament. Right foot secured. Left hand to left side. Left foot secured. Left hand. There's something strange on my left wrist. It looked around it. Torso? Pinned like a ferret on all fours. Oh, nice. He's not that submissive, is he? Huh. Save the jokes for later. Neck. Tight enough to work, but loose enough that he can move around. Just like the one tying him up. Huh? Oh, you are the worst. Girls, please, we're not done yet. Crouch team, how are we doing? No good. Crouch team skipping ahead in the next stage. Alright, you heard him, girls. Time for stage 2. The synchronized flutter of my many sets of wings filled my ears with the joy of the pixies flying up to my face. Even with their goals sustained, they're all staring at me while reacting to my gaze in different ways. Anxiety, excitement, joy, embarrassment, fear, lust, dozens of different sentiments directed my way as these tiny ladies look upon their prey. Hey, human, can you hear us? Feast your eyes on this. At the words of the apparent leader, the pixies who are actually wearing clothes begin to strip, and those who are already naked assume a variety of poses. Dozens of beautiful, tiny, yet tiny bodies fill my vision. No matter where I look, another pixie's making a crude gestures and posing provocatively. It's the kind of sight that any young man would enjoy, surrounded by beautiful women, naked, posely happy, of all of whom they only want one thing. Your fucking penis? Unfortunately for them, the sheer absurdity of my current situation is making me difficult to feel anything other than confusion and disbelief. Crouch team, how's it going down? Are we good to go? Negative, still no reaction. Of all this, we still haven't gotten a rise out of him. The team suggests taking a different approach. I suppose we can't rely on visual stimulus after all. Very well, ladies, get back to your station. It's time to strip the human. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Finally, let's get to the main event already. Thank goodness, I was dying of embarrassment posing like that. Flying away from my face once more, the pixie assumed their previous position, scattered around my body. They grabbed each to a different parts of my clothing, apparently intent on stripping me naked. Alright, ladies, count to 3. 1, 2, hold on a minute. Just before the command can be given, I can finally speak up. What is it, Amy? Can't you see we're busy here? Busy with my body? Please, just let me go already. Ha, what are you saying? You came to our forest, human. As long as you're here, you're playing by our rules. So be a good boy and play along, okay? We'll let you go when we're done. Please stop. This isn't why I came here. Then why'd you come here, human? You should know there's only one reason humans would ever come here, and that may be true, but I get it. This is victim play. Oh no, the poor adventurer has been taken out by a horde of evil pixies. Now they're going to have it their way with him. I get it. This is victim play. Oh wait, no, I read that. He's acting related, but secretly he wants it. Isn't that right, human? Oh, of course not. Isn't it at all? See, he's playing the part perfectly. All right, ladies, we're literally left off. 1, 2, hold it right there. We're petrified. And for the second time, the pixies reluctantly halt their advance. This time around, the one cut and not isn't a victim, rather it's a member of their own kind. Oh well, Vincent Tinks, I didn't realize you were coming back to home so soon. Did you want to get on this? You'll have to go last. You're welcome to join in. Yeah, right. You aren't laying a hand on him. Sable is mine. I brought him here myself. Seriously? Did you hear that? Little Tig's virgin brought a man home. Why did she bring him here? He just wants to share. I bet she just here to rub her boy toy in our faces. If he's yours, then mark your property next time, you damn tease. Yeah, you know you can't leave fresh meat lying around like this. One after another, pixies pick up their clothing and fly away. None of them bothered to untie me, nor do they apologize or say anything to further the Tinks. They simply depart, leaving Tinks and I on our own. Good grief, I take my honesty for 1 minute, look what happens. Hang on a second, I'll cut you loose. Tinks flies from one part of my body to the next, using incendiary magic to burn through the material holding me in place. Limb by limb, regain control of my body before I am able to move around freely, even stand up. Thanks, I don't know what happened there. 1 minute I was resting, next thing I was pinned to the ground. Sorry, I should have warned you about that. I thought it'd be okay, but as long as we're stuck together, as a man in the middle of pixie territory, you can't be too careful. Is it that dangerous out here? I mean, those girls were making some pretty intense remarks, but are they really like that? Or they really strip me down? And you know, of course they would. Did they look like they were joking to you? No, not at all. If Tinks hadn't returned when she did, who knows what the Pixie would have done to me. Sable, let me explain something to you. You know how pigs leave their village in order to be impregnated and then return home afterwards? Well, on rare occasions, we don't need to go anywhere. Instead, humans and other suitable mates come to us. Yeah, I could see that happen. Go into the forest, you'll be assaulted by dozens of hot, young, sex-crazed women. It sounds like the advertisement for an adult website, but if people thought it was a slim chance for such statement being true, how many of them would actually give it a shot? So instead of pixies leaving their village in order to find their own breeding partners, they just use the one whoever conveniently shows up to their forest? That makes sense. Wow, but the thing actually happens. Is that a common occurrence? Not really, but not around here at least. It's kind of difficult for a rumor like that to spread. It is. I thought it would be kind of a thing that humans would happily share around, which means guys would brag to their friends. Yeah, if our village is a bit smaller, maybe. But you know, I don't think I ever heard of a human coming here and make it out alive. Come again? But don't worry, you'll be fine. You're here with me, so nobody's gonna lay my hand on you. But you just said I was talking about humans who come here hoping for well, you know, we almost went through. There are quite a lot of us around here, you know. We're talking about women in their prime who aren't already pregnant, and there are usually at least a few thousand of us. Most humans who come here wind up dying of exhaustion. A few thousand? Oh man, maybe coming here wasn't such a good idea after all. Oh, relax. Like I said, you're just with me. Unattached men are fair game. If they are spoken for, then they are off limits. That's the rules. Oh my god. Due to the nature of the promise I made with Tinks, I would father her children. My plan failed. Tinks has more or less decided that until her mother backs down, I am hers and hers alone. In reality, that destination is primarily for the sake of my own protection. As Tinks just proven to me, there's a huge difference between a human who is unattached and the one who's already claimed. The idea that I belong to Tinks irks me slightly, but considering what just happened, I won't argue. Yeah, we almost got fucking unconsensually fucking R-word. God damn. Well, I guess no point in complaining about it now. There aren't that if there aren't that many pixies flying around, then that means that we must be getting close to your village, right? Yep, I told you, we're almost there. Come on, even at your speed, you should be there under an hour. More walk. I didn't realize I have a proper rest. Maybe I should lay back and let the pixies do what they want with me. Wow, no! As predicted, Tix and I arrived in our village within the hour. The closer we draw, the more Tix's brethren come across. Pixies fly by every second, displaying some kind of frequency disinterest as humans strolling down the sidewalk on a busy street. Some pixies stop and stare, but none of them say anything. With Tix right on my shoulder, it's clear that I'm attached, and thus no interest to them. Wow, there's so many of you around here. The forest was dead silent a short time ago. Now it's hard to believe there's so many pixies hiding around in a place. They weren't hiding. You were just too ignorant to notice them. Anyway, now we're here. Don't you think you ought to... right. Give me a second. Tix hops off my shoulder and starts flying in front of me as I focus, casting our new spell. Okay, Sable, you could do this. It'll be like just what we practice, except there are hundreds of pixies flying around, watching every move that you make. I take my mind off observers and think only the spell I'm casting. To that effect, I start gathering ether around me and enveloping my entire body in a rich, abundant resource which pumps through these woods. Once my body has become fully immersed, I draw the ether inward from all directions, simultaneously forcing upon my core even when it's applying to tremendous pressure on my body. As the ether compresses on my body, I feel my skin contract here, my bones creep under my flesh. Pangs of pain assault my body, my breathing slows down, yet my heart rate increases. Everything hurts, nothing as it should be, and I feel like I've been stuffed into a trash compactor, crushed until I'm the size of a marble. Moments before I pass off in pain, the pressure suddenly disappears. To my relief, the casting of the spell has been completed. Hey there, little guy, how you feel? Oh, horrible. I feel like I had every bone in my body broken to tiny pieces. Oh, lighten up, it worked, didn't it? Look around, you're normal now. Normal for you, perhaps. It's probably the point that Tix was trying to make, but anyway. I look around, the other pixies are present, all of whom are staring at me with bewilderment. Before their eyes, a human being, clothes and all shrunk down to the size to one of them. They're all used to seeing the reverse, of course. Pixie grow into a size of a human in every on occasion. But for a human to shrink down to the size right in front of them is surely a first. How about you? How's your clothes holding up? Oh, no problems at all. Man, you have no idea how glad I am to finally need to grow and shrink my clothes with the rest of my body. Why couldn't you just invented such a convenient spell sooner? I didn't invent anything at all. I didn't invent anything. We did. Make sure you drill that point to your mother's brain, okay? Got it. Inspired by Tink's own complaints about growing, shrinking, as well as what I read about Pixie's metamorphosis, I devised a plan how Tinks could change her mother's mind. Step 1 is to create a spell which will allow others, living beings, inanimate objects, and so on to shrink down to the size of a pixie. Step 2 is, alright, which way is your house? It's time we pay your mother a visit. That's a good question. Where was she staying at again? You know where your own mother lives? I'm not that bad, Tinks. Pixies move around a lot, okay? It gets hard to keep track sometimes. Pixies are migratory? I don't remember them reading anything like that. We don't migrate, we just change houses a lot. Our families grow and shrink all the time, so we tend to swap with other families depending on our needs. Oh, that's actually a pretty sensible idea. But if someone doesn't want to swap, what do you do then? Personally, I'd become human-sized, build a new house, and then return to normal and move into the new house I just built. As far as I know, swapping houses hasn't ever been a problem with us. We don't use all the complicated gadgets like humans do. We don't store much inside our homes, but it doesn't really take much effort to change our houses or build a new one. I look around the village, I can see myself exactly what Tinks is talking about. Pixie houses are mostly integrated with their natural surroundings. Trees, rocks, mushrooms have been carved into some cases even hollowed out. Tinks' leaves and bushes have been shuffled around, arranged meticulously, and thus being transformed into primitive huts. A few of their homes are outfitted with doors, windows, and other things would expect from a human being's house, but for the most part, their living situation appears to be quite basic. Wow, this is really something. I think it's amazing you're able to live like this. What's that supposed to mean? Are you making fun of me? No, not at all. When humans start to live somewhere new, we begin immediately clearing out the native plants and animals. We sometimes manage to preserve a fraction of what was originally there, but for the most part, everything gets in our way and end up perishing. But that might, it's amazing that you guys have found a way to coexist with your surroundings like this. Everything was here before you moved in, has been put into use, and you haven't wasted a thing. It's not that amazing, we're just doing what's easiest. We're smart enough that we can live inside native plant life, and that's what we do. It would be too much work to make complicated houses like humans do. Surprisingly, Tix doesn't take the opportunity to brag about how great pixies are and put humans down. Instead, she downplays the ingenuity of her own species and acknowledges the difference between what our species create. Considering the way Tix usually acts, I find this unusual. That being said, you can see it is just the beginning. We have homes in the treetops as well. We hauled out all kinds of big rocks scattered around the forest too. If you notice one of us, there are bound to be hundreds more than you can't see. Just like cockroaches. Suppressing that the response of all my might, I returned to our conversation to his ritual track. So you go back to your mother. You don't remember which house is hers. How do you propose that we locate her? Yeah, I could try to contact you in my terminal if you like. I don't know if she'll accept an unsolicited call. I think she would. If my mom was contacted by an own terminal idea, she'd probably think it was me using one of the Academy devices. That's not how the physical terminal works, Tix. They're just tools, remember? The idea of the person cast a spell wouldn't change. Then again, your mother might not be aware of that, so that doesn't matter. Should I try it out anyway? Nah, don't do that. I don't want to sneak up on her and give her the scare. It's a bit late for that, dear. Mom? Tix and I turn around to find her mother, the very person we're looking for, standing right in front of us. Oh, Mom, I didn't see you there. What a pleasant surprise. What are you doing here? How'd you get here so quickly? How'd you know we were coming? I started heading over as soon as I heard the boys' footsteps booming through the village. The footsteps of a human, not something you overlook, you know. Sure me coming, huh? I guess that's to be expected considering our usual difference in size. So, why do you have come here? I asked him to brought him here as a peace offering, but that isn't, I assume? Of course not. I have no reason to offer you anything anymore. Even if I did, I wouldn't give up the kind of baptism present to my own mother. Then why are you here? Isn't it obvious? Saber are here to prove you wrong once and for all. Oh, how interesting. I was wondering why you returned months before the deadline I gave you before, but what are you proving to you exactly? What manner am I wrong? Without hidden sarcasm staring in your voice, Tix spoke as a legitimate question. For all the time effort Tix had put into coming up with a way to prove the value of her education, still her mother hasn't given the matter a second thought. Saber and I are going to prove to you that you were wrong and to undermine my education. I've learned the important things in Andronia, and now I'm here to show you my hard work has paid off. Undermine your education? What are you talking about? No, you know what? I don't need to know. You say you the trial of dragging you back home myself. I'll be out to be thankful. You're that confident, are you? Well, we'll see how long that lasts. I've been showing you what I've been cooking up. You'll beg to see me in Andronia. I sincerely doubt that. What is it that you want to show me? More magic design used in combat, perhaps? If so, you might be give up and appealing to me now. All you need to do is stay in this village and birth healthy children. Learn new spells will help you do that. That's where you're wrong. Oh? Takes some other stares skeptically. She may not value the pursuit of knowledge like we do, but that doesn't mean that she's interested in hearing how someone else finds might benefit her. Mom, I know that you think learning new things is a waste of time, but I'm here to tell you it's not. The proof of this is standing right beside me. Justin looks towards me, which points her mother gazily only for a second before turning her gaze to her daughter. What about him? Don't you see? Sable's our size now. He's human, but he's the same size as a pixie. So what? So what? Don't you understand what this means? We cannot only make ourselves bigger, but also make other beings smaller. We have increased in number in the races we could breed with many times over. Also, we're able to shrink one human instead of having many of us increase in size. So that would make it so pixies who have trouble increasing their size will be able to breed. So we could use predators to our size and fighting them to our natural size instead of theirs, giving us the advantage. Even we could use a spell to make ourselves and our children smaller still. That way we could hide from the predators by becoming too small for them to notice us. Mom, this spell has already brought us to so many benefits. That's just how the first spell I made. Imagine if I could come up with after studying for another 2 years. So you see, my time is much better spent continuing my studies than just finding a mate further down the track. Don't you agree? Tix hurriedly presented numerous applications of our spell all at once to attempt to overwhelm her mother. Rather than display look the amazement in response to her daughter's vision of the future, however, Tix's mother simply stares at her intently. You're giving this a lot of thought. You're giving this quite a lot of thought, haven't you? Yes, I have. And you owe this new spell of yours to your environment of the Adrenaline Academy? Yes, I do, yes. How so? How? In response to a wonderful picture Tix has painted, her mother does not deny the fruits of her labor. She does not belittle her daughter's accomplishment, nor does she question if such applicants would indeed prove beneficial. Instead, she poses a simple question. How does studying in the academy lead to the creation of the spell? Which aspect of education are they allow you to come up with such a spell? Well, it's because of the teachers and resources and stuff like that. So you couldn't come up with a spell like that even when you're at home or with your family? No, I couldn't. Why not? I could use Terminal, I could teach it to myself, and with that, you'll be able to use the majority of Android Academy's library. Would not able to continue studies here instead? I don't know, maybe, but if I did that, I'll be on my own. Anything I learned with me from a book. I couldn't ask anyone for help if I got stuck. And you believe that the staff of the academy can help you when you need it. And when you returned home before or wanted to leave the academy altogether, you told me the teachers were all incompetent. I was just frustrated. I haven't given them a fair chance. And I wasn't used to the change, so I was being impatient, that's all. So you want to study, but not here. You want to have children, but not yet. You want to learn, but not from me. You aren't making this easy, dear. I'm trying to meet you halfway, but you haven't given me too much to work with. Why can't you just stay here? What's so fascinating about that academy? What do you have there which you don't have here? Listen to surprise questions being posed by Tinks's mother. My eyes begin to widen in surprise. While those two argue back and forth, I listen to them intently, keeping silent as I watch out the sidelines, attempt to hear them both as impartial observer. After listening carefully to all the arguments both Forbes and Tinks' mother, surprisingly, I find myself making sense of our last conversation. This is what she meant by Tinks and I understanding her concerns. She'd been telling Tinks to leave and join to come home, but not for the reason we both assumed. We've been wrong about that woman's motives all along. Her words at the academy were harsh, but she made it quite clear that she wanted Tinks to become pregnant and return home as soon as possible, regardless of her daughter's will. Hearing her line of questioning now, and I remember our last conversation, I could finally understand the reason why. Given how much importance Pixies placed on breeding, I assume that Tinks' mother wanted to help increase their numbers as to live a considerable normal for Pixie. But if that isn't what she wants most, then what if Tinks' mother desires something else from your daughter? Return home, huh? So that's it. What's that, Sable? Don't interrupt, human. My daughter and I are talking here. Technically, yes, but I can hardly call this a constructive conversation. Honestly, Leisha nailed it from the beginning, and you two actually communicate better than arguing than you do by talking. What are you going about, Sable? Ignore the human. We were just talking about how you insist on staying on the academy. In the beginning, I was prepared to stay here for 2 years, but no sooner you'd begun to attend that academy than you swept me through my kindness back of my face. You begged me to let you return home. You constantly badmouthed your teachers in the academy, making it sound like I sent you somewhere horrible. But yet, days later, you underwent a complete change of heart. Suddenly, you wanted to stay here after all, after you learned so much in spite of what you said before. That's because I'm not finished. Yes, you changed your mind, but you only just enrolled there, and it's understandable you needed time to adjust, and I fully appreciate that. But I don't appreciate having my daughter lie to me. I didn't lie. You allowed me to believe that you found a mate and used that to detract from your sudden change of heart regarding your education. What's more is when the truth came out, you turned around and claimed that you wouldn't be coming home or having children years to come. And if that doesn't count lying, then what it does. In the face of her mother's rebuttals, Tix goes silent. Tix knows that her mother is right, and she has been making emotive pleas and rash decisions since the moment she came to Rojonia. Now that her mother has called her out on her actions till now, there's little left to be said in Tix's defense. Your presence here today is further proof of your insolence. I gave you a second chance by allowing you to remain at Academy for a sole semester. How'd you return my generosity? By showing up here unannounced to an attempt to accost me. Honestly, how am I supposed to trust you to stay in the right path all on your own for 2 full years if you continue to pull stunts like this? Clearly, you do not possess the presence of mind required to make most of your enrollment in that academy. For the sake of your future, you would do so much better here and start a family, just like the rest of your sisters. Tix's mother continuously berate her daughter, putting forth arguments which are quantity reasonable. Tix has indeed changed her mind about Droney a few times now, but she's been impulsive, acting irrationally, and allowed her emotions to influence her actions to a frightful degree. Furthermore, we can't deny that we've deceived your mother in the past, and indeed showing up here unannounced to be taken by surprise could honestly be considered an honest approach. One after another, arguments to support our mother's view begin to pile up. Even so, he has some good points, I'll give you that. Tix has made a few mistakes dealing with you, so I have to think about it. You know, you aren't exactly doing yourself any favors of being above the bush like this. Be quiet, human. This is between the daughter and I. I'll be happy to butt out, but first, what about you tell Tinks what's really gotten you worked up? This is about her lying to you or having second thoughts about education, but it's about the two of you falling up to express yourselves clearly. I thought I could endure 2 years without you, but when you returned in tears, heartbroken and delusioned, I lost my resolve and realized I desperately wanted you to come back. The real problem is something along those lines, right? Heartbroken in tears? What are you saying, girl? I wasn't crying. Who lost their resolve? You don't know anything what you're talking about. Then why is it you change your mind so quickly? You were willing to give Tix 2 full years, but after she came back, you suddenly commanded her to return home good without delay. Isn't it because you realized you didn't want to be separated from your daughter any longer? It's not that simple. It isn't? You were just asking Tix what's so special about Andronia and why she needed to study there instead of at home. Isn't that because you wanted her to stay here with you instead? Mom, is what he's saying true? Is that why you've been trying so hard to make me come home? Don't be absurd. I just want you to fulfill your duty to our people, that's all. Is that right? Having your daughter birth many children is your primary concern, is it? In that case, would you like to hear Tix's plan next? My daughter's plan? You want Tix to start raising children as soon as possible, right? In that case, couldn't she just give birth to the academy and raise her children there? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. You can't do that. Why not? Andronia Academy is safe. The ether is pure. There are no predators prowling around. There's shelter, plenty of food and water. That may be so, but there's no place to raise children. They should live here with their own kind. Oh, for crying out loud, you just come clean already, would you? Nobody's going to think of any less of you. You miss your daughter. You want her to come home. That's what this is all about. Sable's right, isn't he? I thought it was weird for you to be so obstinate, but I was so mad. But I was so mad at you. I didn't really think about anything more deeply. You're telling me that you've been lonely this whole time? I was just worried about you. When you told me you wanted to learn about my magic, I pushed you to go to the academy. Weeks later, you were already telling me how awful the place was and how bad you wanted to come home. I didn't want you to be miserable because of my decision. If that academy was making you unhappy, I thought I'd you to return home instead. If you could stay here with your family and study magic in a place where you feel comfortable, wouldn't that be for the best? Mom, is that why you're trying so hard to get me to come back home? You just wanted me to be happy? Isn't that what all mothers want for their children? Mom, you selfish old hag. Are you that desperate for attention? Huh? Selfish. Well, I was just trying to... Shut up. Don't you dare make yourself try to be the good guy here. You weren't doing this for me, you liar. You can't stand the thought of me being fine without you. You're such demurring, overbearing. I can't believe you. Surprised by Tink's outburst, her mother and I take a step back. Honey, please calm down. I really just want what's best for you. Shut up. I don't care, you stupid hag. What could you just tell me you want in the first place? You could at least... Why don't you just give me a chance? I gave you plenty of chance. Every time I did, you let me down. Take the fact you're here today, for instance. I caved in, you gave me full semester to change my mind, to prove you that you're really prepared to stay there and to study diligently like you claimed you would. And yet, instead of using the opportunity to attend class to make the most of your remaining tiny academy, you used to plot against me. And you can't even spend so much time studying properly. Why should I believe you're capable of spending a full 2 years doing so? It's not like I've been neglecting my studies since then. I've been learning from the teachers at the academy properly, I swear. Have you now? Fine, let's say for a moment I choose to believe you. Even then, that still leaves me mad over your dishonesty. In particular, you failed to mention the real reason why you want to stay at that academy. The real reason? What are you talking about? I told you I wanted to stay and why I changed my mind. Perhaps so, but you omitted the most important reason of all. Takes about a glance at me at the corner of her eye. Rather than her usual playful smirk, what appears in her face she's this time around is spiteful scowl. A cardinal sin indeed. I never thought my own daughter would make such a fundamental mistake for a pixie. It was amusing at first, but now, finally releasing me on her icy glare, takes his mother breathe sigh. Honey, I don't want to keep fighting with you like this. Truthfully, I do want you to come home. No, I don't have to take you back against your own will. But I know that there are things I cannot teach you, and having you leave home is the best way to pursue such interests of yours, then I'm willing to accept that. But dear, please be honest with me. If you want to choose that place, that human over your own family, then at least have the reason to tell me that to my face. Mom, what are you saying? This isn't about me choosing somewhere or somewhere else over you in your home. Look, I'm happy that you missed me, I really am, but I feel the same way about you too. I do miss living here, but once I finish my education at Drone Academy, I'll return home without fail. For now, I have my own goals I want to pursue, and there are things I want to do in my life I can't do while I'm staying here with you. So no matter how painful it is for you and for me, I'm going to remain at Drone for the next 2 years. Very well. If you feel strongly about it, I'll give you my last chance. 2 years as originally planned. You will? Just like that? I thought you... Well, what? I wanted to drag you back home, force you to give up on your dreams, and you start birthing children without delay? Well, yeah, kinda. So you really think I'm that kind of person? Not that I can blame you. Looking back on it, I suppose I didn't handle this matter as well as I could have. That's behind us now. I won't make the same mistake a second time. Sweetie, go back to Andronia. Make the most important time there. Learn what you find interesting, and more importantly, be sure to actually enjoy yourself. I don't want to hear you begging to come home, or I wish to endure any more long hours venting sessions about you teachers. No more lies, no more rash decisions. It's your last chance, honey. I mean it this time. If you change your mind again, I won't, I promise. I'll stay for 2 years, learn as much as I can. I'll do so. I can do so well in my studies. You won't believe I'm the same person I used to be. That's a deal. Once again, I look forward to watching over your progress, dear. Smiling wryly at the odd yet heartwarming scene unfold in front of my eyes, I feel as though the conflict between Tix and her mother has finally come to an end. They really finished arguing this time, haven't they? There were a couple points there I thought they stopped, only one of them to start yelling again. This time they really made up, right? No thanks to me. As Tix and her mother continued to vent, I gradually began to realize my attempts to tell Tix would only matter things worse. If it weren't for my involvement, this much drama would have been likely to have been avoided, but things may have been got out of hand. Fortunately, those two have shown that my meddling was not enough to fracture their relationship beyond repair. The deceit and miscommunication from both sides has now broken down, allowing Tix and her mother to speak freely in their minds about hiding their true feelings. If it isn't the way I saw this trip in their heart as an ending, but considering that the joyful expression on their faces right about now, I can't complain. Now those two have made amends, does that mean I finally get the chance to rest? If Tix starts taking Andronia's curriculum seriously and begins to study course materials and spell creation, that should take some load off. But there's also the matter of us canceling morning lunchtime training. Once I finally get that breakdown of news to her, I will be a free man. But it's not the best attitude for an instructor to take. But I know, but I must admit, I am looking forward to take some time off. Feeling optimistic about the future, I leave the happily chatting mother and daughter pair out to make their own pace. While they're getting a little too close to comfort, I turn around and start taking my leave. Wait, Sable, where are you going? We came all this way to my village. We have to stay at least overnight. That's right, you can't leave yet. A man who tried to turn my daughter against me. Stay here a while. We'll make you real comfortable. So comfortable, in fact, you never want to leave. Ah! No, that's okay. I'm just going to take a short walk away from here. I see my bones really starting to hurt. I don't want to return to my normal size soon. If I don't return to my normal size soon, I don't know what's going to happen to me. Oh, you'll be fine. You're surrounded by experts in healing magic. We won't let anything happen to you. And if something else does happen, though, I'm sure some of the residents here would love to nurse you back to health. Not in the way you fucking look at it. No, I already found out this first thing what the pixies want from me. I think I'll take my chances a little bit safer, like a dragon's den or a pit filled with magic beasts. You guys go ahead. I'll catch up with you a bit later. Suit yourself. Come on, Mom. Let's go inside. Which one of these is your house again? Girl, sir, you already forgotten already? Come, I'll show you to your home. My home? We just went through this, Mom. I told you I'm not coming back. We'll see. Separate from the lively duo once more, I quickly make my exit. I head away from the village, intently returning to my normal size before the spell can forcibly become undone. There are no pixies nearby, are there? I wouldn't want to accidentally crush one of them. I have to take a quick around. I get to undo the spell. Just like before, my bones shift around worryingly. My body distorts all kinds of unpleasant, painful ways. Still, isn't as bad as thinking. Compared to that, returning to my normal size is far less painful. Above else, just feels right. Before long, I have returned to my regular size, clothes and all, and taken a seat by the base of the large tree. Phew, that was... Oh, how does Tix do this every day? I allow fatigue to get the best of me as I utter a rhetorical question. Maintaining a size so starkly different from my regular form puts a great strain on my body. Unlike most spells, which most person might describe as exhausting, it doesn't consume a great amount of ether. Instead, it takes a toll on me purely physically. Rather than in my current state that the mage who has been casting the spell after spell, it would be more fitting to compare me to a first-time marathon runner. If I could come up with a few ways to improve that spell, but frankly, I don't see myself ever using it again anytime soon. Besides, I already decided to take Tix credit for that one. We both worked on it anyway, and it means a lot more to her than it does to me. I have my own spells to work on, one of which I know doesn't involve using myself as a guinea pig. I lay down on the ground as my fatigue begins to consume me. My eyes slowly begin to close, and my conscience starts to... No, I can't do that. I fall asleep here. The history's going to repeat itself. Ah, so you learn from your mistake after all? I suppose even humans are capable of that much. I turn my head from side to side to search the person who just spoke to me. For long, my eyes lay on the figure of someone who I know just only part just a short time ago. Tix's mother? Would you call me that? I have a name, you know. Yeah, a name you which refused to tell me. I don't think there was any point. Unfortunately, whether I like it or not, it seems like this won't last. We'll be seeing one another. If we're going to keep meeting like this, I'd rather not have call me Tinx's mother all the time. My name is Prilla. I'll give you permission to address me by that name henceforth. Prilla, is it? All right, Prilla. What do I owe this encounter? Weren't you supposed to be chatting with your daughter? I told her to wait at home while I took care of something. So you wanted to speak to me about something without Tix present? Well, you got me. What's up? Are you going to tell me once again to impregnate your daughter or to convince her to return home? No. As much as I would like for that to happen, I won't continue to bang that drum endlessly. If my daughter wishes to stay that so badly, I won't try to force her to return. In the first place, I sent her to that academy for the sake of advancing her studies, and as long as she takes her education there seriously, I have no problem with her remaining there. That's good to hear, but in that case, what does you want from me? Put simply, the truth about what? Many things, but for starters, that spell you used. My daughter didn't come up with that, did she? What makes you say that? Answer the question, human. Did my daughter create that spell, or didn't she? Kind of. We worked on it together. It wasn't mine or hers alone. I know, so you're the one who created that spell. No, you weren't listening. I just said, do not attempt to deceive me, human. I know what my daughter said it is not capable of. She may have helped, but she is not the spell's creator. Quickly growing fed up with present insinuations, I try to keep my cool. Doesn't matter who created the initial spell. I could have made the spell as quickly as easily without your daughter's help. Her input was very valuable to me. But she was not the one who came up with the idea, was she? No, she wasn't. So I was right after all. When she said she couldn't study at home because she wouldn't be able to get the help she needed, she wasn't talking about the teachers at Andronia, was she? She was talking about you. How would I know? You should be asking her that question. Even if I did, she wouldn't answer me honestly. Like mother, like daughter. Don't sass me, boy. Look, I'll admit I should have been more honest with my daughter. And if I had, we could have avoided some rather unnecessary conversations. But it's not what I came out here to talk to you about. If Tix is going to stay in that academy because of you, then you need to do right by her. Have I not done by right her just now? I'm saying that you need to keep doing so. You're going to continue supporting my daughter for a long time to come, you hear me? You'll teach her all kinds of things, so that the next time she pulls a stunt like this, the spell she shows off really is your own work. And if you don't... Perla cracks her knuckles while glaring at me, trying to clearly intimidate me. Unfortunately for Prilla, her intimidation falls flat. As her current size, she simply doesn't exclude that kind of presence. What's that expression? Do you think I'm joking? No, it's not that. It's just when you're that small, it's kind of difficult to take your threats seriously. Is that right? In that case, he's all you girls. Who? Ah! Shit! Not this again! Howdy, looks like we haven't seen the last of each other after all. It must be fate for us to come together twice in a day like this. You want a piece of me that badly, huh? Well, shucks, you have no choice. Hey, Prilla, are you sorry it's okay? He belongs to your daughter, right? That's fine, you can't mate with him, but you could do anything short of that. Oh, that's true, huh? Well, what are you gonna talking about? I'm taken. Tix and I are... Silly boy, you don't know anything about our customs, do you? You already been claimed by my daughter, but doesn't mean that nobody else is allowed to mate with you. There are plenty of other ways they can use you, you know. No, that can't be. I thought you guys only did this for the sake of getting pregnant. Oh, grow up. That may be our goal, but doesn't mean that we don't enjoy the ride. That's right. We can't mate with you, but you're still our plaything. Look at those beautiful, big, beautiful eyes. I think I'm in love. Hey, get a load of this, human. You like what you see? I bet you want a piece of me. Well, too bad. Don't tease the poor thing. I'll give you a kiss on the cheek, okay? So cheer up. You wuss. That's not the place, right? Oh, you really did kiss him. I didn't think you would go through with that. Huh? Kissing's okay. Where do we draw the line? Don't do anything that would already do someone else's partner. That's not really saying much. Wait, so anything goes as long as Tinks doesn't find out? I don't think Tinks is the one you're going to be competing with here. You heard her, girls. Race is on. Prilla, is this a joke? You're going to let me go, aren't you? In response to my words, Prilla smirks, turns around. Without taking another peek in my direction, she begins to fly back towards her village. Have fun, human. My daughter and I are going to have a long, long conversation. You better make yourself comfortable. Bye-bye. Prilla flies off, leaving me at the mercy of her fellow pixies. Just like earlier, I'm surrounded by all sides. Pixies swarm at me, prodding me and taunting me in midair. Look at the mischievous expressions on their face. I can't help but gulp. Hey, do you remember I'm Tinks's, right? Oh, we know. But then you won't cross that line? The pixies look at one another quizzically, and as I'm trying to become their consensus. What do you think? Well, Prilla said only do things we already do someone else's partner anyway. So, what are we actually going to listen to? The rule is that we can't mate with someone else's property. As long as we don't get pregnant, we should be allowed to do anything. I like that interpretation of rules. Alright, let's go with that. There you have it, human. Looks like you'll be spared from fatherhood. Oh, really? Can we just take the rule a bit differently? Oh, I know. What if mate with means sex with leading to pregnancy? If you take that away, we could do pretty much anything we want, right? Sounds good to me. Tinks isn't here anyway, so who cares? You're all horrible. You're clearly just changing the rules to see fit. So what? Yeah, I mean, rules are made to be broken anyway. Enough talk. Let's strip the human. Yeah, strip the human, strip the human. Thanks, Prilla. Anyone. Please, always save for these crazy pixies. And they're about to get tied up. You're fucked. See you later. Oh, we got 16. Nice. Yay. All right, class. Who can give me the answer to this question? Let's... What? What the hell is this fucking ending? We haven't caught upon. Oh, I know. Stupid human. Would you please answer this question? Ma'am, please. I keep telling you, my name is Sable. Well, human, we're all waiting. Come on to front of the class and answer the question. Make sure you know how you ride. You're giving your answer, okay? Yeah, I know. It's only the 12th time you told me that this morning. I rose to get out of my seat to head in front of the classroom again. I instructed solve the problem in the post office by a new teacher, making sure how to come to that answer. They're done. Very good. You may take that back down, human. You have no intention of ever calling me by my name, do you? Don't dally, boy. Hurry, get back to your seat. Alright, fine. I'm getting going. Shortly after the end of the term break finished, my classmates are just surprised how we getting a new teacher. Unfortunately for me, that new teacher happens to be Tinks' mother, Prilla. With her daughter refused to return home, Prilla decided the best way to keep an eye on her daughter would be staying at Joni Academy herself. Apparently, the principal was more than happy to bring up one expert in healing and muscle reinforcement magic. Thus, in spite of her cavalier attitude towards education, Prilla was hired. Good grief, I thought Eris was bad. What's with this academy's hiring policies? Do I need to have a serious conversation with Iron one of these days? For the next question, I think upon, let's see. Oh, how about, I'm coming. Although she's happy to be close to her daughter and have a job to keep her occupied, Prilla is not too keen of me. When she thought I was just her daughter's roommate, a convenient man would impregnate Tinks and make her go home early, I was a useful tool. Now I'm seeing the reason why Tinks has begun to fight her mother and lie to her, however... Alright, I'm done. Is there any way to point me stay back down, or should I just stay up here? What's the bus supposed to mean? You're giving me attitude, young man? I'll have you thrown into detention if you dare speak to me like that again. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. At first she was more subtle, but I got called on upon a little more often, spoken to in a slightly harsher manner than the other students, and it was nothing over to the top. Now I'm her favorite punching bag, and I thought I could get Tinks and her mother to make up. Things will go back to normal. Instead, I've gotten in more trouble in this past week over in the past entirety term. I guess it's true what they say. No good deed goes unpunished. Once class have ended for the day, I make my way back to the dorm room. My training with Tinks has reduced to with both length and frequency. We have now take weekends off. It's either train or study for a few hours in the evening before I go to bed. I still have some time before tonight's study session is about to begin, so I don't actually need to return just yet. But after the day I've had, I like to vent a bit to one person who will understand. Hey Tix, are you back yet? You wouldn't believe what your mother just put me through today. Hey, sorry, just a sec. I'm going to take a quick shower before you got back. Oh, in the sink again? Oh, I guess it does save water. Do you want me to come back a little later? Nah, that's fine. You know I don't mind. What did mom do to you today? What did she do to me? I quickly summarized what the different ways which Perla complicated my day. Calling upon me to answer every question, making me stand out in the middle hallway for whispering in class, purposely making mistakes, and punishing me for correcting her. Honestly, I'm starting to miss Aris. That does sound like her. Oh, sure, go ahead and laugh. It won't be so funny when she starts teaching your class. Aw, cheer up, Sable. She knows she's having fun. I'd rather that she didn't have at my expense. No, just give her some time to get to know you. I'm sure she'll start thinking of you fondly soon enough. Yeah, what makes you say that? Personal experience. Hey, she kissed my nose. Grinning from ear to ear, Tix flies closer to my face. Just when I think she's going to crash into me, Tix stops short, leans over forward, planting a kiss on the tip of my nose. It makes me so happy if the two of you learn to get along. I want Mom to appreciate that humans are good more than just breeding, the same way I have. I smile wryly as Tix pulls back and displays a cheerful grin paired with crimson cheeks. You know, you don't have to do this anymore. Your mother has agreed to let you stay here. Hey, Tadros! Welcome, sir. Hope you're enjoying your fucking stream, you handsome man. I always appreciate you, sir. My stream crashed. No, not the stream. Why is it crashing? Not the damn computer. Damn it. No. Your mother's agreed to let you stay here. You can stop trying to seduce me. I'm not trying to seduce. I just want to show my appreciation. Appreciation for what? All I do is make things between you two spiral out of control. Don't say that. Even if you haven't gotten involved, my mother and I still have found something to fight over. Damn. Yeah, Tadros, what's going on? I was gonna let you play Hogwarts Legacy. I want you to see Harry Potter and destroy Harry Potter and stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Have the bird throw shit at you. I don't know. Playing my birds. You want to play my birds? This is great. Besides, what I'm thankful is the fact that you made the effort to begin with, especially after I treated you so harshly. You made the selfish demands on you. Teen once more leans again, kisses me on the tip of my nose. I know I said I wasn't trying to seduce you, but there is one thing I want you to keep in mind. As of right now, you're on the top of my list for potential breeding partners. No! I don't want to be a breeding dude. I don't want to be a cow. Moo. So my 2 years are up and it's time for us to part ways. Don't be surprised if I make my move. Your move? What do you have in mind exactly? Who knows? Tix smirks cheerfully as she pulls away from my face. That's not funny, Tix. Do you have any idea how many years your friends and your family have already shaved off my life? The second time I was pinned to the ground, I thought sure I was going to be forced into fatherhood after all. Thankfully, it seems like the pigs aren't as lax about their society's rules as they had me to believe. After having their fun teasing me, the pixies eventually let me go. I was kissed on my face and neck over and over again by pixies at both the original sizes and human size. For all their crass remarks, they mostly snuggled up on me or asked me about my relationship with Tix. Unwilling to harm my captors, I didn't try to break free. I simply endured their playfulness, which always stopped frustratingly short of relief, until Tix finally came to my rescue. Anyways, like I told you, Tix, I appreciate that the pigs approach sex in a certain way. That doesn't mean that I'm going to take part of it. I had no intention of engaging in a loveless nightstand and in partying forever, never meeting my own kids. I know, won't you pull that through? Sorry, but that's just how it is. So if you want... Wait, what'd you just say? Takes place to her tiny hands on my lips, gesturing to stop talking. I used to think that humans were stupid for linking love with sex and for staying with one person for the rest of their lives. But now I'm starting to understand. What the fuck is going on? I need my birds, please. Birds. I love my birds. I love you. Mwah. I love you, Suzaku. You're the best. You're the only bird for me. I don't care about any of these birds out here. I don't care about the blue jays, the robins, not the burger place. I don't care. I just need you. You are my life. I love you so much. Mwah. Mwah. I love you so much, Suzaku. I had enough of kissing you for one day. Tix removes her hands from my lips and strikes a pose, placing one hand on her hip and pointing at me with the other. We're going to become parents, Sable. We're going to raise our children together just like a human couple would, and show all the pixies in the world that love is not a bad thing. I'm glad that you're willing to compromise, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't want kids to begin with. That'll be my first challenge. A lot can change in this short few years, Sable, especially when someone is willing for me to drive that change. You may not want children now, but after spending 2 years with me in this room, you'll definitely want to change your mind. Brace yourself, Sable. At the end of our 2 years together, I will make you fall in love with me. Yay! We got the happy ending of some kind. Yay! We have a weird route. Why? What am I doing to myself? I need birds. Well, we got some kind of happy ending. I don't know what the fuck am I supposed to do. I mean, I would like to know what the Dragon Girl one is, but what the hell am I supposed to... Oops. Let's see. Let's pick this one. Let's go back and probably just have fun with it because we don't even care. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the happy ending. This is the poor ending. This is the shit ending. Alright, let's pick this one. I realize that you're trying to figure out this whole thing out, but is there anything in particular you want to do? Something I want to do? Yeah, setting aside what is possible or the kind of future you wish for. Like, I could do anything I wanted to, then what I would do. Exactly what I just said. Thinks over my question for a moment. After giving some serious thought, she shakes her head. I don't know, Sable. Problem isn't what I want to do. It's whether I want to do without having the actions impact my family. I was able to achieve goals here, or be all for nothing. My mother and sister didn't congratulate me, or welcome me back with open arms. You care that much about what they think? I didn't get that impression at all from the way you were screaming at one another. How can I say? I get my stubbornness from my mother. We disagree on something, we get loud. No kidding. I witnessed that the first hand today. But I get the gist of what Tix is saying. I can't understand what she's going through. Tix is obviously close to her mothers. They fight, they curse one another, they mean saying things about another, and eventually they still love each other. And when their fight is over, they forgive one another, they move on. Oh, we already read this part. Alright, let's go with the weird ending. Nya 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 nya. Oh my fucking god. Okay, we can skip this. Yes, yes. Yes! Does nothing even happen? Oh. Okay, so basically nothing happens. Okay, cool. No, no, no. I don't want to press that. No. Yeah, let's load game. I don't even care at this point. Load game. Load this. Yes, load my ass. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I remember this part. This is like the weird fucking clip we had earlier. Yeah, she wants sexual relations. No! I'm a man. I'm crying right now. Man, Tadros, you make me want to play fucking Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not even fucking joking at this point. You make me want to play Hogwarts Legacy. Like, pretty damn soon. It's either that or I probably won't. I don't know what the hell am I supposed to do. And you're probably gonna tell me you never watch Harry Potter. What's wrong with you? It is fun. Well, someone's gonna tell me that I should go watch the Harry Potter movies. I'll stream it for you anytime. Oh, I mean, I have the game and I want to play it, but I'm not going to play it now. It's almost the end of the year and we'll be on break. Actually, you don't need to know Harry Potter at all. Yay! I can cast Wizard Harry. Here, Harry, let me put on your bows. Is there a spell that, like... makes your balls go like, I don't know, 20 inches. Like, instead of being like a pea little 2 inches, it just goes like, like some grow in size, plant potter. Now I'm just being a dick. All right, let's see what happens with the third option. Ask Ein for help. Yeah, let's ask the principal. Not willing to risk it, I looked to Ein, our principal, who has attempted to recede in the background. He may wish to become a bystander, but I won't let him. Principal, would you please put a stop to this madness? You aren't led to about an outside lay their hands on one of your students, are you? Well, I guess you do have a point. I have to protect my students after all these situations like this. Oh, don't say why you're doing this. What do you mean by further these situations like this? I'm a real bind here. Man, can I have you... Ma'am, if you don't keep your hands to yourself, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I came all the way here. Do you expect to leave without at least sampling the goods you have on display? Sexual harassment? What do you say what you do with sexual harassment? This academy is not your personal sperm bank. By my rules here, you leave 2 options. Wow, you don't need to leave. Taking one last look around the room, take some other peers as she wants to say something else. Alright, so is this... Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, let's see what happens when we do this. Please, man, control yourself. I'm not attracted to you, your daughter, that way. Attracted? What does that attraction have to do with any of this? Attraction is not necessary in courtship. Whether it's one is attracted to their partner or not, is no bearing to breed in their offspring. To be as it may, my answer is no. Keep your hands to yourself, or I'll be forced to get the authorities involved. Authorities? What are you talking about? The law means... Humans' laws mean nothing to us. There's no way a mere human could detain one of us. Your authorities are worthless as you are focused on attraction. Fine, if push comes to shove, I'll take matters in my own hands. I may not look like much, but I am a mage. I know how to defend. I do know how to defend myself. Oh, you're just so adorable, human mage, standing like the likes of me. You're a breed, and not a word. I could take it. What? Did you just say something fucked up, bro? Sudden silence filled the room as he speaks in a more serious tone than usual. Tiggs and I, both Tig who know fairly very well, surprisingly by my uncharacteristic remark. They know it's not the kind of thing I usually say. And she's mother, however. You're that adamant, are you? I don't know why my daughter's taking so long. Taking one last look around the room and takes his mother appears to be... Oh, wait, no. Okay. Alright, cool. So we got pretty much all of that. That's fun. Yay! Okay, cool. That's fun. Alright, let's go to the back to the routes. It looks like we got all of her, I guess, routes. Thanks, game. You are great. Now I have to deal with this. Is it really not letting me skip anything else? Well, damn, that's okay. Alright, so it seemed like to me is we'll have to come back here another time. Alright, well, I don't want to be getting my fucking hands destroyed or have mommy Pixie over here coming to grab my ass of some kind. No, thank you. But anyways, alright, we're going to be getting off for the rest of the night. Ugh, that was fun while it can. I'll be on tomorrow for extra day. I'll be on for an extra stream for us, of course. And we haven't really... Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Where the hell... Alright, let's figure out a game first for tomorrow. Let's see. Alright, does anybody want me to play Ninja Gaiden? I'm assuming everybody's gonna say yes. They want me to play Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 1, that'll be sick to play. I do like me some ninjas. I'm a ninja boy! I'm a ninja boy! Can you play with my ninja boy? Alright, I will say this was kind of weird. That was kind of like one of the weirdest fucking areas of the game I was not expecting. Alright, but anyways, we're gonna be heading out of here, you guys. I will be playing tomorrow. Once again, I'll play at the same time, 6 o'clock. So this time we'll be playing some Ninja Gaiden, which will be pretty awesome. Depending on how fast we finish, it shouldn't be too bad. honestly. But we are going to be discussing a little bit into the future plans. So, so technically, the original plan was I have another one, two, three, four, five, six, seven more streams. Technically, I'm supposed to this month. The problem is we might be on a little break until, of course, until like January. But I looked at my calendar, and what actually really lines up really well, if planned, Christmas this year is on a Monday, which is fun because I don't have to work that day. I'm only working the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I don't come back to work till Thursday. So, if planned, I'll actually have no problem streaming on Christmas Day. You'll actually have me on Christmas stream at night, which will be pretty awesome. But anyways, you guys, I really appreciate everybody else here. I can't thank you enough. Mega Rapidash, mainly you're the man of the entire century. Cody Judah, thank you for the lurk, sir, and the chat for a little bit. Centile89, thank you for the chats and stopping in. Attitude, thank you for the chats as well, you handsome man. I appreciate you. And Tadros for stopping in. You are awesome. I appreciate you. But anyways, we're going to be getting out of here. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll be starting Ninja Gaiden 1. And we're going to be doing a lot. So, anyways, I love you all. Suzaku says bye because he loves you all. The birds. It's all about the birds. Your Bucketman captain is also signing out. And, of course, have a great rest of your night. And I'll see you tomorrow.